gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to the Dazzo Nation Podcast. And we are just about to get started here on the stream with a special addition to the Super Bowl predictions here on the channel and here on this Bowlcast. That's right, you heard it first, Bowlcast, Super Bowlcast. Alright? Joining me as always is, of course, the legendary Ethan Boudreau, Skittle Kicks, Mikey's in the house, and we're likely going to jump right into the discussion and talk about some football tonight. So, without further ado, let's unmute the Discord and let's have a chat, shall we? TLB, what's up? How you doing, bud? Buddy. Yes, the football.
How's it going?
Yes, we are talking football, boys and girls. And as you guys see in the background, Buffalo Bills.
Meh.
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 We are live on my end.
Okay.
Yes.
We are live on my end.
All right. So I guess how do we want to kick off this? No pun intended.
Before we get to the predictions, we got some amazing news the other day, or technically earlier this morning.
Oh?
Mr. Hamlin, the one that suffered a almost fatal cardiac arrest, has been released from the hospital and is on his way back. Or technically, he is now back in Buffalo. So thank God for that.
Well, yes, I just hope they do. I hope to God they're not going to play him though until he's very recovered.
I honestly don't think he's gonna play for the rest of the season.
No, he shouldn't.
Because his health is way more important than football right now.
Agreed.
And honestly, if they continue to play as well as they did, like this past Saturday, they should be okay.
Now, I'm going to say something that's going to be a little bit controversial to this because I seem to remember a number of years ago, Hurricane Katrina, that devastated Louisiana. What happened the following year? The Saints won the Super Bowl. Okay. Now, there was a lot of questions whether or not that team was actually given free passage to the Super Bowl because of the events that happened at their stadium. Was it like team just kind of said, yeah, we'll let them kind of win all the games and get all the accolades and all the things in their QB, be like the superstar QB or whatever. The only reason why I'm saying that is because, I kind of thought, okay, I get it, but at the same time, to me that you just don't do things like that. If that was really what happened, I mean, this was years ago. This is back in what was it, 08 or 05? I can't remember. But it was very controversial even back then that all of a sudden.
You're cutting out, Skittles.
Am I cutting out?
You sound fine on my side.
Yeah, I'm not seeing my thing drop, my bars. So I'm not sure.
You're cutting out on my end. I can barely hear you.
Volumes are up. Levels are up. Test 1 2. Hello.
You sound fine to me.
Right here.
Yeah, I don't know.
Katrina
might be a Stream Elements thing. You might have the volume too low. I'm not sure. Or Streamlabs.
Okay,
but anyway, so what I'm wondering is, will that happen again because of with the Bills? Are they going to get the free pass Super Bowl run and victory like they did with the Saints back in the day?
I don't think so. I mean,
I know it's controversial to say this. I know this might upset some fans out there. What I'm saying, I'm not trying to start a controversy.
Hang on, guys.
I'm just trying to. I'm just trying to figure out kind of because as soon as he said that he's recovered and things like that, which is great. I'm so happy. Praise God that he's happy that he's healthy again or getting healthy. He's out. He's strong dude. I get that. But as I said, when Hurricane Katrina hit us, Louisiana and basically destroyed the entire stadium. They rebuilt it, and then a year later, or whenever it was, the Saints won the Super Bowl, and they were like the darlings of the NFL.
Well,
I wonder again if that's going to happen because one soldier falls, and I mean, I understand the rallying around your team, man. I get that totally, and I mean, it would be interesting to see if they won. Now, I'm not a Bills fan. You know, I know one of our favorite YouTubers is. He's a diehard Bills fan. Totally understand that. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I mean, if it does happen, that'll be a thing. That'll be a thing to watch.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna get the straight up free ticket technically all the way to the finals.
Yeah, they are. According
the Chiefs could easily stop them.
Well, that's the thing because the Chiefs are the number 1 seed, are the number 1 in the AFC right now. The Bills are the number 2.
So, with all due respect, even if the Bills were to get all the way to the finals, and they play Philly, we got issues.
Yeah.
Because Philly is more of a deadlier team than the Bills, without Hamlin on the roster right now. That's what I see it. Because I've watched the Philadelphia game the last couple of weeks, and I've seen their defense. Their defense is pretty good. So
yeah, I agree with that. But they've kind of been a decent team for the last few years.
I mean,
but it's always hit or miss though too. It's always hit or miss with any football team because they'll make too many changes in the postseason, or not the postseason, but in the off season that may or may not help them in their quest for the at least a playoff berth, and then go on from there. The surprise is, to me anyway, where my home team ended up as far as having a 12-4 record and having to play a wild card.
Okay, so
yeah,
we can get into the whole debate here in a second, but yes, Mr. Hamlin is going to be paid in full due to his cardiac arrest. So that's technically good news.
Yeah, and I think that's okay. I think that he should. I mean,
he should be, regardless. Technically, sorry, I don't know why the fuck in NFL, even if you do technically get injured, you don't get paid for that. That's stupid.
No, but I think because this was such a freak of nature.
But that is stupid because in every other league, you still get paid regardless.
Okay, my desktop audio is not working. It's weird.
Check your settings there, buddy. In every single other sports league, regardless of you get paid, regardless if you get injured or not, you still get paid at least in some sort of compensation.
Yeah, like a minimum of anything. You probably won't get full scale, but you might get a minimum just to, keep you going.
But in the NFL, that's totally different. You get injured, and if you're not a fatal like freaking Hamlin did, good luck.
Yeah.
Sure, you get paid what? Maybe $20,000-$30,000 a game. Sure. But yeah, good luck with that. Insurance bills? Yeah, that's gonna go high.
See, and I'm wondering.
Sure, you probably get the team might pay for it and whatnot, but still, that's quite high.
Do you think they were doing this to prevent lawsuits?
Yes.
Because
yeah, that's a fucking thing, and with the NFL wants to stay face. So why did this person have a fucking cardiac arrest but not
right? Because
get paid for it?
I think if I read this correctly, only one one other player in the history of the NFL actually suffered a massive health crisis. I think during the game, it was way back, like 50 years ago.
Right.
I think it was a heart attack actually, but this was 50 years ago, back in like the 70s or even the 60s. But
this is all just pretty much to stay face as a league and be like, well, he's one of ours. We're gonna take care of him and make sure he's all paid up and whatnot. Yeah. Here's the thing. Imagine the news was reversed. Who would technically be out in the outcome would be?
What do you mean by it reversed?
No. What if the league
no. What do you mean by being reversed?
So technically now Hamlin's getting paid regardless of the season, right? He's getting paid for the full amount. What if the league then decide to do that? What if the league said, no, screw Hamlin. He's not going to get paid for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
How would that look on the league? How would that look on the commissioner? What about their board?
Then you got to remember too, the union would have a big say in that too, because the union kind of dictates how all this stuff goes down. Anyway. Yes,
and then look at
I bet you anything this paying for him. I'll bet you this was probably. I don't know if this was led by the union, the NFL, the players' unions, but I guess I wouldn't put it past them to say, look, you've got to pay him full salary because of what happened on the field.
It's not an injury; it's a natural cause.
Right? Is it a natural cause, or did something outside that world? Because that's the controversy right now: is what caused it. We don't know because we are not doctors.
Well, let's face it: if a 250-pound man come charging at you, and you get hit in the sternum. And you get knocked out.
But they said it wasn't that, though. They said it was bruising the heart.
Yeah.
They said it was not that. They said it was something. It's most like. But the speculation on the internet has all been, we all know where that goes. Unfortunately, we'll get silenced if we say anything about that right now. I'm just saying that there's things. And we're talking about saving face, and the NFL's trying to save face. I mean, they've got a damaged reputation going back a couple of years because of what happened in 2020. And
regardless, they want to stay face. They want all the sponsors to say, he's there. NFL's the good guy. The governor is the good guy. The commissioner is the good guy.
Right. And I don't know how I feel about that. I mean, look, it's a freaking injury, but not how many people get injured on the field all the time?
Yeah.
Do they get fully compensated?
No.
Do they ever, no. Let's see, you got a concussion, you have a torn ACL, you have career-ending things, and there are NFL players from like 40 years ago that still got shafted pay because of their injuries. So I mean, why? I guess I'm playing devil's advocate now. Is why is this such a big deal to pay a guy? Yes, he had a heart attack on the field. We get that, and it was horrible. Absolutely, I'm not minimizing that. But there have been players that have had career-ending injuries. Career-ending. This kid is not out of the woods. Like he will probably come back next year in full uniform, ready to throw down on the gridiron. But we've had players that have literally blown a knee, torn an ACL, damaged their bodies beyond repair, and they're young and fit. Were they ever fully compensated for the rest of that season? No, they never were. So again, I don't understand. Like I said, I'm not minimizing the issue. What I'm saying is, why is it about the money? You know what I mean? Like, why is it about that? Why is it about saving face since when has the NFL ever tried to save face for anybody else? It's only this particular case. Is it because this was so unknown thing, like it just came out of nowhere? Is it because of what the NFL pushed for 2 years? I don't know. I really do not know. Do I agree that he should be paid in full? I don't know. Because we've never done it before.
This offseason is going to get interesting real quick.
It will.
Because the Players Association and the NFL have to come to a fucking agreement, or else people's just going to walk right out. I guarantee.
I don't know if people walk out. I think the NFL's too strong to actually let people walk out. They will fight that tooth and nail.
What? Force to play again, regardless of your fucking health?
Do you think that Hamlin should get paid full for the season?
Yeah.
Even though the NFL's never done that in the past.
He should.
Okay, what? Okay, what's the argument? What would be your argument for paying him when it's not career ending? When it's not career ending and other guys who've had career ending injuries don't get the full compensation?
I don't know. I don't have that fucking argument, to be honest. But technically everyone should get paid regardless. It's what they signed up for on a contract.
Yeah, nobody signs up to get injured.
But the NFL is like, oh, you're injured. No, you only get paid for like all the games that you played and that's it. Yeah.
Well, now he should get paid for what he earned the entire year up until this point.
Yeah.
Not anything beyond that. Like if he's not going to play, there should be no pay for that.
All right.
He's not on the field. You know, he'll be on the sideline turn his team on, but that's not actually on the gridiron. That's not actually going out there and doing what your job is, which is tackle or to run the ball. So, again, folks, this is not a slam against Hamlin. It's not a slam against what happened to him. It's just where do you draw the line in compensation? Yes, he should be paid from the time the season started because if he played up until he got injured or until his issue, then yes, he should be paid for that entire time. If he's going to have to sit on the sideline, I don't know if there's a minimum that he has to get. I don't really know how that works.
Mm-hmm.
But if he's not on the field, then if you don't show up for your job, even though you're physically there, but you're not doing a thing, then you should not get paid for such job. I don't know. But again, it's going to be one of those things that people are going to dance around, especially the sports journalists who are going to be all about this. They're going to be all over this saying that, oh, he's got to have that because he's our hero. Tell that to the hundreds of guys that have destroyed their bodies over the years and never got a dime and are literally forgotten about these, in this day and age. So that's how I look at it. But he should be paid up until the point of injury. If they want to give him a little bit of compensation for showing up and staying on the sidelines, whatever, that's fine, but not full compensation.
Okay.
I mean, look, the guy makes a ton of money anyway. It's not like it's going to kill him financially. Shit, I wish I made that kind of money, throwing a pigskin around. But I chose IT versus athletes, so that was my mistake.
I should have fucking chose hockey. I should have fucking chose scarf. I should have chose a lot of fucking sports. But in the end, I'm still working behind the scenes on IT.
Yeah,
the radio department.
Well, let me ask you about that. Did you enjoy playing sports?
Hell yes.
Were you passionate about it? Like, was it something you got up every day and said, I get to go out and, kick some serious ass on the ice or on the course or whatever?
Hell yes.
So then let me ask you, what kept you then, let's say, from going from like an amateur league to start out with to a pro league?
Health issues.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix the Discord audio. I can't get it to work at the moment.
No.
Sorry about that. Jeez. This cough.
Oh, never mind. The stream can hear you, I think.
Okay, that's good.
Hey Trevor, how you doing? Hopefully you guys. No, I'm not seeing. You
seeing issues on your side, Jazz?
No. My side's fine.
Yeah, that's what. Because I'm hearing everything on his side fine too. So
Okay.
it's weird.
Could you hear Could you hear the Discord on my end, Dad?
I mean, we can hear you through Discord right now. Perfectly.
No.
I mean,
Oh, you can't? Oh.
Trevor says you can't hear me on Ethan stream. So basically, something is messed up on your Streamlabs there.
Check the volume levels.
I got them all the way up and they're not even picking up.
Check your.
Then it's probably not detecting the hardware that your thing is set. So you'd have to go through your system and find what your primary audio source is and make sure that's always active.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, you probably want. If you got like I've got like 5 or 6 different audio sources on my end, and sometimes it'll toggle between them. And the one I hate is when it goes to my TV's audio, the HDMI audio. That's really annoying.
Big shout outs to Trevor for being super amazing, as always.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll go and.
Oh, by the way, you know what? Is this Bowlcast? Is this
the Bowlcast.
Is this Bowlcast sponsored by anybody in particular, Daz?
The Bowlcast is sponsored by Four Seasons Hosting. Get your VPS, game servers, web hosting over at fourseasonshosting.com. Use the code word RADAZZLE for a extra discount.
There you go.
And trust me, guys, if you guys are interested in buying servers or game servers for that matter, go check out Four Seasons Hosting. They do phenomenal pricing, absolutely amazing low prices. Mm-hmm. Yes, I mean low prices. You can get a game server for $5M for $3 a month. That's right, $3 a month instead of going to Zap Hosting and paying over $20 a month. Good luck with that.
So here's a question about Four Seasons. If you were to compare, let's say, support versus support, how do they rank in your mind? The support.
Oh, dude. Support. You want to talk about support? Four Seasons Hosting is the best support. They got 3 amazing dudes over there. One is Richard. I can't remember the other two's name, of course, because I never associated myself with them. One of them only works on the actual websites.
Mm-hmm.
But Richard is technically the main guy who does everything.
Right.
But big shout outs to Richard. He's the guy that will get everything done on time. And if you guys are not happy with it, please talk to Richard. He may help you guys out.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like a very good egg.
Audio.
Trevor says, "Hey Ray, do you plan on playing the day before when it comes out?" I'm not sure. The day before?
Oh, never even heard of it.
I don't think I heard about that game. Let me check it out.
I've heard of the movie The Day After, but that has nothing to do with gaming.
Oh, it's is this what I think it is? It's yes, the day before. It's I might, yes. It's a post-pandemic America overrun by flesh-hungry, infected, and survivors killing each other for food, weapon, and cars. That sounds like my type of game. Right down my damn alley. It reminds me... what does this game remind me of? It's this... I think this is the same developer too. Is it? Same publisher? No, it's not.
Is it indie?
Developer is... So they made Radiant 1, The Wild 8, and... so they're the same developers for Prom Night. That's where I remember the name from.
Interesting.
Yes. This is right down my goddamn alley. It's like 7 Days to Die in a way. Except you're not fighting other people, you're fighting against zombies.
So, and essentially another kind of a Minecrafty type clone.
It's an open world MMO survival set.
Yeah, that's Minecraft. Essentially,
But
it's like everything like that, like 7 Days to Die, and that game that you just mentioned, it's all going to be compared to Minecraft.
yeah.
Anything that's open world, anything that's crafty, anything that's killing zombies, anything that's going to be trying to survive, those survival type of games, it's going to be compared to that, in my opinion.
The game does look awesome from what I'm seeing on the trailer here. Yeah, it does look awesome.
So,
yeah, likely I would definitely try and pick it up as soon as it's released.
yeah.
Mikey always disagrees. Mikey's also working right now, I think.
Yeah, he popped in for a second there. I think he was trying to give dirty looks or something.
You got Forza 5 on Xbox. Nice TLV.
Yeah, that's a game I could never get into. Is the whole Forza thing? It reminds me of Gran Turismo, essentially.
I never got into the Forza series, but I was a huge Gran Turismo fan way back in the console days.
See, I played Gran Turismo on PlayStation. That was a fun game for sure. It's a fun game. It's like, okay, for me, a game that really succeeds for me is it's got to be replayable. You have to have high replayability. Forza and racing games like that, I don't know, never really had the replayability. I'd play it for about 20 minutes and I'm like, meh, moving on.
Yeah.
You know, I think that's just how I am with gaming. You know, that's why certain games on my channel have kind of ceased right now, is because I'm just bored of them. You know, I've gotten stuck in a game and I really can't proceed. Like Stardew Valley, I was really getting into that game again, but I've gotten stuck. So I kind of stopped playing it until I can kind of figure out and kind of do some more research on what I got to do next. You know, LSPDFR is all about the derp ass game crashing. And, well, not crashing, but just not working the way I want it to, and I can't record it properly. So even though I'm clicking at it,
on Discord,
you know, and being let's just say I'm gonna quit this game and then I go back to it. I'm just a glutton for punishment with that game.
Yeah, I saw you play that the other day. I'm like, I thought you fucking retired, buddy. What the hell are you doing over there?
That's the thing. That's why I wasn't recording it. I was adding stuff. I was modding it, doing a bunch of stuff, trying to check out, lighting. There's still an issue with the lights changing colors when you're driving towards them. That's something that Farum said he's going to look into. Speaking of Farum, he just updated to 3.9 for SVE. And I'm not entirely sure what he did. I'm not sure what he did to it. I don't know what changes are there.
So, or is it Patreon or the public one?
That's Patreon. I believe it's Patreon. Yeah, 3.9. I think 3.7 is the only one that's free right now. 3.8 is Patreon, as well as, now it could be a beta right now. 3.9 could be a beta, because I was watching his stream the other day, and he was already loading in his 3.9 logo. So
of course he would be.
I'm not sure entirely what he's done to it yet, but I know the lighting is still kind of a thing. I think he was working on some of the skybox issues too that he had when you were using Simple Trainer. How certain things would look super, super bright even at night. It would almost make it look like it's daytime. Might have been looking into that. I don't know. I never really talked about it.
I'm gonna fix it again. I hope.
So, but so let me ask you this.
Hold on before you do that. Trevor, it's a GIF GIF background. So yes, that is stuck in a loop. AKA the Buffalo Bills. Because I gotta represent
you can't hear the desktop audio, so I gotta fix it.
Okay, so here's a question now. Are you really a Buffalo fan, or is it because our good buddy GG is a diehard fan?
I've always been a Buffalo fan.
Oh, really?
Because I don't technically have a NFL team.
True.
And
you don't.
The closest team technically would be Buffalo. Because I'm not rooting for Detroit.
Yeah, where's Buffalo? Like, where is Buffalo, New York, in proximity to Ontario?
We are technically just across the border on like right across from the Niagara Falls. So yeah,
That's what I thought. So they are up on the upper side. Okay. I can understand that.
go
I can
buff,
understand that.
go
So
buff, damn it. You like Philly? Hey, nothing wrong with Philly, man. I'm telling you.
I think honestly, if there's going to be a team that's going to win, I honestly believe the Eagles are going to take it this year.
I'm not
really-
surprised, to be honest.
I haven't followed it, but judging by the people that have been religiously watching it, who are diehard fans, yeah, from what they were talking about, this could be their year. Although anything can happen, guys. Anything can happen before we get.
Gate.
I mean, the Eagles could tank. The Eagles could screw themselves somehow in the playoffs.
No.
Here we go.
No,
Here we go.
We're gonna get the last run of Brady one more fucking time because the NFL loves to suck over Brady, regardless.
I have been over Brady for God knows how many years. I can't look. He may be a cool dude. He may be somebody you want to have a beer with or have a steak dinner with. But honestly, who the F cares about Tom Brady? It's like the freaking Manning brothers. Who gives a shit? I'm so over these. Oh my God, guys!
He needs one more Super Bowl to stay relevant.
I'm not a Green Bay Packers fan, but I respect Bart Starr more than Tom Brady.
Brady needs one more Super Bowl win to stay relevant because he cannot do anything at home anyways. Shots fired.
You know what? I said those shots
fired.
I'm okay with those shots fired. I just
Shots.
think
If you don't know the story, they're technically, I think, on the way to divorcing each other.
who? Wait, what?
Tom Brady and his wife. I think they were.
Of course, because he wants to stay relevant in the media, so therefore they're gonna do shit like that.
No, because he technically agreed with his wife the past season before this season kicked off. He was gonna retire. No, but his ego's too fucking. No, his ego got too fucking big. He wants another Super Bowl ring, and
that's ego.
That's why.
That's ego. But if that causes his marriage to fall apart, then that's a shit marriage. Then, in my opinion.
I mean, from what I read on the tabloid news, oh yeah.
Yeah, well, think about where you got the information from. Jeez Louise.
It's everywhere.
Yeah.
Anyways, don't get me wrong. Brady is a fucking GOAT regardless.
Nah, I don't agree with that.
But
I think Brett Favre is more of a GOAT. I think that Bart Starr is more of a GOAT. I think Dan Marino's more of a GOAT.
right now.
Yep. And I'm being sarcastic about Marino. I mean, hell, I'll go back to the 70s when Lalo Zeta was still playing as in
There you go.
the Raiders. Go all the way back.
Bah.
Or no,
Stevie.
do we say Terry Bradshaw from the Steelers days is a GOAT? You know? I mean, honestly, the term GOAT, greatest of all time, I mean, come on. I don't believe Tom Brady is a GOAT. He was a good player, but I think he's now gotten to the point where it's nothing but ego that's driving him.
That is.
It is such ego.
I mean, let's face it. You told your wife you were gonna retire, but your ego decided to come. Like, Brady, let's go try one more time with the Buccaneers, and
That must
go for the big one.
see. I think part of it is that he wants to stay relevant.
Yeah, he does.
Because any player that's like, oh, I'm not in the spotlight no more. I miss my spotlight. That's just megalomania.
To be honest, if you have an amazing wife like how Brady does, why the fuck are you trying to win another Super Bowl ring? Spend time.
Like you're gonna, what? You want to impress her? How about you be a husband and impress her that way?
Exactly.
Stop thinking about yourself. You have a wife now. Beautiful
kids.
like he is, and he's got kids, right?
Oh, he got plenty of kids.
Yeah. See, he's
Like,
he's been making the babies. He's got a wife. He should now enjoy his life, retired, and stop worrying about. I gotta have my ego stroked.
I mean, look at the greats. Wayne Gretzky retired.
Hey, I
remember
got
when
it to work.
Brett Favre. I remember when
Brett
Brett
Favre
Favre
retired?
tried to retire and then came back, and then like he was just worthless at that point. You know.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Jessica, welcome to the stream. I saw Bella was in here earlier. I know Bella's probably hiding in the background somewhere, moderating the chat.
She's probably hiding in her box again, like always, because she likes to hide in her box.
Oh, yeah.
Careful.
Oh, Mikey, remember, you owe Bella the money.
What?
Yeah, you still owe her the chicken
Mikey-
nuggets money.
Mikey knows how to, remember, Daz, Mikey knows how to make people disappear.
You owe
So-
her $20.
She can send me her address and I'll take care of her. I said that last time.
Can
I
you
just
hear
need
it now?
Either give me your address and I'll Uber it to her, or I'll give her a gift card. Either way, I need some info
There you go. But ladies and
that I
gentlemen,
could get through other ways. But obviously, I don't want to do that.
Ethan, want to know if you can hear him, if you're able to hear him on the stream.
Trevor, can you double check that on
What's
your
that?
side, Trevor?
Oh, yeah.
But welcome everybody to the first ever Dazzo Nation Bowlcast Super Bowl predictions for today's live stream.
Yeah. Now remember, guys, you have somebody here who is really not a football fanatic.
We're not
as I
pro,
mentioned,
guys. So
I'm not
Me
even a
neither.
fair weather fan, to be honest. Football does not really intrigue me anymore.
but we're just doing it for the fun of it.
Exactly. We're not professionals. Far from it. And actually, I think we're more
Thank
professional
you.
than the professionals out there, in my opinion.
Yep, everything works fine now, Ethan. So that is good news. But
Yep.
welcome everybody to the stream, though. So we got some big games this weekend.
Yeah. So ESPN put a little a prediction out there on the odds of teams taking the Super Bowl.
Oh,
So
what did ESPN say before we get into our predictions?
So ESPN says that the chance that the Kansas City Chiefs make the Super Bowl is a 46.4%. They have a 14-3 record currently. Their odds are a plus 330. Now I'm not sure what they're basing this on.
Vegas. They're basing it on Vegas because Vegas is
Yeah,
the capital.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so it's all the gambling side. Okay. So moving on to the Bills, they're giving the Bills a 420 odd, a plus 420, and then a chance to make the Super Bowl a 30.5.
So they got the second best chance
So it's going. So this is how they're doing it in order. So
in the
the next-
AFC.
Right, and then the Bengals have a plus 800 bowl odd with a 11.2%, and they're a 12-4 team. Bills are 13-3.
Interesting.
So actually, Bills have one game above the.
No.
I'm sorry, the Chiefs have one game above the Bills.
So for those that don't know, the Bills played one less technical game
Yes,
due to
because
the cardiac arrest.
yes,
Mr.
that was
Hamlin.
and that never got made up.
Yeah.
Then moving on to the Jaguars, which are a 9-8 team. They have a plus 5,000
Wait,
bowl odd.
what's the team?
The Jacksonville Jaguars, Florida's team.
Ah, the Jaguars. Yeah.
Yep,
They got a long shot.
yeah, that's a long shot for sure. And they've only got a 4.1% chance of getting in. Now I'm not gonna. They've broken down the reasons for the hope, reasons for concern. I'm not going to go into those paragraphs because honestly, I don't care.
Right.
I'm looking at the percentages. So with the Chargers, the LA Chargers, which are a 10-7 team, they're giving them a 2,200 plus odd with a 3.3%. So interesting. The odds, the percentage for the Jaguars with a higher odd of winning is kind of better than the 2200 plus with the 3.3 for the Chargers, which is very odd.
Yes,
And
fella.
the Chargers got a better record as a 10-7 team versus an 8-9 or 9-8 team.
You're
Weird.
not wrong. And they're facing each other, Jaguars and the Chargers.
Right, exactly. So then we go
that's
to
gonna get
so then-
interesting.
Yeah, so now we got number 6 in the AFC, and that's Baltimore Ravens, 10-7 team, a plus 3,500 odds of winning, and a 3.2%. Now, again, these are opinions, and these guys, they'll study stats, they'll study the games, they'll study film, but honestly, it is a crapshoot because anything can happen. Now, here's one I'm not surprised about: the Dolphins. Dan Marino's his former team, his alumni, is a plus 6,000 odd winner with a 1.4 chance, and they're a 9-8 team.
Are you surprised their odds is that low?
No, I am not, because the Dolphins, honestly, since Marino played, haven't really been a great team. And Dan Marino was relevant back in the 80s.
I mean, the Jaguars have a fucking better stat than them.
Yeah. Now we're getting to the NFC. So the last team is the Miami Dolphins for the AFC. Now the NFC is Eagles have a 550% odd and a 49.8. So they're giving the Chiefs and the Eagles as your most likely Super Bowl contenders. You can kind of see how they're playing that. Now I haven't paid attention to this year at all. Especially with my team, I just kind of saw games here and there, or partial games. I know of one person who is from Philadelphia who loves the Eagles, and I mean, it's probably their year. It probably could be their year to take the title. Now, it's not like I think they've had it in the past. I think they've won Super Bowls, at least one or two in the past.
Right.
I don't know if they've ever been a quality team in recent times.
Because the last couple of years,
usually it's a Patriots that always won, or the Colts, or somebody like that always won. And the Eagles were never a ranking team.
The last couple of years, Philly did pretty good. So
they've got
chances of them actually winning it this year is pretty high, to be honest.
Now, this is interesting. So Philadelphia's 14-3, and they've got a 550, right, for odds. The next team is the 49ers, San Francisco's team. They are a 13-4 team, but they're given a 450 plus odd to win, and
Interesting.
But a 21.7% chance to make it. So the percentage is, if they're going to make it, they're calling it FPI. I'm not sure what FPI is, but they're given that, I guess, something percentage, I guess, is what it is. That's their stat, but the 450, I think, is for the gamblers out there.
But they're playing against the Seahawks.
Because Brock Purdy is their rookie quarterback. That's why they're concerned about that, because he's a rookie.
But the 49ers are playing against the Seahawks. So,
But this is what's crazy. Look at this jump. We go to the Minnesota Vikings, my home team.
Uh-oh.
They have a plus 3,000 odd and only a 3.1. The Vikings defense is last in the NFL yardage.
Yes.
Points are more important than yards, of course. They're third in the NFL with a -9 turnover margin on drives that have started in the fourth quarter or overtime. Now, I mentioned this the other day. The Vikings have not been to the Super Bowl since the late 70s under Bud Grant.
Okay.
They have never been a quality team, really, in their entire existence, which was, I think, 1961. I think was their first year in existence.
Okay.
In my opinion, they've never been a quality team. They have more controversy as a team than they have a good record. Now, there was the year, I think it was 1998, the year I actually watched from start to finish. They had a 15-1 record. That was huge. That was in the late 90s. That was when we had Chris Carter. I can't remember Reed's first name. And then we had Randy Moss. That was his first year out of the gate, was 98.
Right.
And Randy Moss was a hell of a running back. My God, that guy could run.
Mm-hmm.
He could catch the long ball. He could run 70 yards for a touchdown. I mean, it was absolutely incredible watching that kid. But then he became cocky. And, then he just got sloppy. He was a cocky, sloppy kid. I don't have a lot of hope for this team because they choke in every major postseason game. They always choke. They will start off relatively strong, but literally they will lose because of a coin toss.
So,
yeah,
what are the
they will
chances?
lose because of a coin toss.
So, the Vikings are playing against the New York Giants,
which they don't have a good record against. Remember, too, that's the team that cheated them a number of years ago with the spying on their play calls. Somebody hacked into their radio system, and that's why that 42-1 game happened, or 42-1 game happened. Was because they never got busted for that. They never got in trouble for that. They never got titles taken away. And I want to say something that pisses me off. The Minnesota Golden Gophers, which is our basketball team, our basically our college team. Their basketball team was caught cheating on math tests. They had 4 titles stripped away because of that. That's how they were fined. That's how they were penalized. That never happened to the Giants. Why? Because it's a New York fucking team. Because New York teams are always spared the embarrassment of title strippage or any kind of massive consequences for cheating.
because New York is a big state, and
Because New
they
York
get
is a
all
big
the money.
it's a big money pool, and it's why I don't have respect for New York teams. I mean, I'm sorry to our boy Jeffrey. I'm just because of all the shit we've had problems with over the years. I just I don't think the Bills have ever done shit like that. But there was Deflategate with the. I think
that's the Patriots.
No, I'm saying that's what I'm pointing out. New England technically is not a New York team. I understand that, but they may as well be a New York team.
No, they're not.
I know they're not. I'm just saying they might as well be because that's anyway. So yeah, as far as the Vikings continuing on, they're gonna lose first round. They're gonna lose the playoff round, and then we'll just say, okay, we'll get them next year.
So before you get on,
yes,
this game between New York Giants and the Minnesota Vikings.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna read off the stats that I have here.
Okay, go ahead.
For offense, Vikings got them on total yards, passing yards, and points scored over the Giants. The only thing that the Giants technically have better is the rushing yards. So,
Because our defense is weak.
yeah, the Vikings defense is actually atrocious. They're almost technically last.
Yep.
Against the Giants. Giants total is around the 15th and the 27th. So they're not too terrible as well, but yeah. So this is gonna be a very interesting game to see if the ref will let the Vikings slide or they favor the Giants.
Right. Now, here's my problem with the Vikings also. This last little statement right here, this last little paragraph. The Vikings will host the Giants in a wild card game on Sunday at 4:30 p.m. on Fox. No, listen. These two teams met in Minnesota in Week 16, so just a few weeks ago, with the Vikings winning 27-24 on a 61-yard walk-off field goal by Greg Joseph. Okay. For Minnesota's 11th one-score win. That is shit in my opinion. if you are 11th, if that's your 11th one-score win, you are a weak team.
Because your defense cannot hold the scores.
Exactly. That's what I don't like about football today is it's too much offense.
I mean,
It needs to go back to what it was back in the 60s and 70s where it was all defense.
you cannot go back that far.
I know they won't because that's not the money. People be bored.
No, because the sports has grew way too fast. You can look at hockey
expanded way too fast too.
You can look at hockey for example. Hockey has the last decade has grown way too fast over the last decade than the previous 20, 30, 40 years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Football is just the same. More passing, less defense.
And I remember they tried, like with hockey, I know they tried to change it up where they had drawn new lines on the ice where you couldn't go behind the net anymore. And
for goalies, yes.
Yeah, only the goalie could. Nobody else could. You could not go back there to recover the puck. The goalie could be the only one in a quote-unquote safe zone.
No, there's no... If you're out to challenge it, good luck. It's free for all.
I understand that, but I'm just saying that technically you could not go behind the net.
Have a good night, Dad. I'll see you Friday.
And I think they did something with the two-line pass, too. They did something else about that. It was, and I know they were trying to change it up to make it more interesting, but honestly, like with fast growth, I think that kills. I think the fast expansions, which both the NHL and the NFL have had over the last 25 years, I think there's too much.
No,
because now we're into February now with our Super Bowl.
Okay,
and it used to be in January.
So
because we have too much expansion.
Trevor, have yourself a good night. Go Bills.
So, I don't know.
But here's the thing, though. This is what I don't get between the NHL and between NHL, the NBA, Major League Baseball.
Mm-hmm.
Both Major League Baseball and the National Basketball Association, you can spend up to hundreds and millions of dollars per team. Meanwhile, the NHL, you got 31 teams now, I think it is.
I think so, yeah.
32.
32?
Yeah, it would be 32. Yeah.
Yeah, with Seattle.
Okay, so you got 32 teams, but each team is only allowed to spend, 81 million? 82 million?
Because basketball's the bigger draw. That's the only reason why I believe it's like that is because between baseball, football, and hockey, people just love their basketball.
I mean, don't get me wrong, I love fucking basketball too.
Yeah.
But that's fucked.
It is.
And the men and women that plays ice hockey legitimately get way injured way more often than guys playing fucking basketball.
No, in basketball,
basketball you can slip on the floor and whatnot. But in hockey, you could cut off with the skates.
You can slice throats with the skates, which already has happened. No, the problem with NBA is the fact that it's. I think everybody's trying to get back to a Magic Johnson and a Michael Jordan type of era. So they want these multi-million-dollar players who can't play worth a shit, who are nothing like those great guys. Okay. And I also believe too that because of basketball's roots, I think that has a lot to do with it. I think that basketball is a cool sport. I've been to many basketball games in my life, pro and college. They are entertaining. Hell, I even love watching the Harlem Globetrotters. That was a fucking amazing time when I was a kid.
Right.
But honestly, basketball has become like soccer, where a bunch of grown men literally have a boo-boo and they start whining about it. Fucking hockey. I'm sorry, not hockey, but soccer's become like that. Where it's a bunch of grown men who just drop to their feet, drop to their knees. Owie, I got a boo-boo. Give that person a red card.
What I love is the biggest flops, both in basketball and in soccer. And it's fucking atrocious. And the referee just buys into it. Well,
of course they do.
Especially when you're a star.
Well,
when
especially
you're a star on a fucking team.
Yep.
Oh, I'm Kevin Durant. Oh, he touched my fucking heart. Oh no. Oh, I faint. Like, what the fuck is that shit?
Yeah, I think that's.
I'm playing soccer. I don't have the ball, but someone poked me in the fucking eye when they didn't.
When they're like 50 yards away from them on the other side.
A red card. Bye.
Yeah.
Bye, Ethan. You get a red card for poking me in the eye when it didn't even happen. What the fuck?
Yep. Exactly.
I'm sorry. I had to use you as a.
You don't have your camera on?
What? No, it's not. It's not on. It's still not working right.
This guy, what's up, man?
I can reinstall the software.
Yeah. Honestly,
I'm just waiting for golf to start being like that. Like, oh, I got hit by a ball. Ow! I'm gonna drop to the ground. I missed a putt. I'm gonna blame this guy for making me miss my putt. That's what it'll come down to.
I don't think the golf would go that far.
Well, I think they will. I think they will. I really don't feel that golf has the staying power as it once did. You know, when Tiger Woods first took the green as this holy shit player, that's to me, I think, the last great time golf really had any kind of like felt very old school but new school.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry.
But I think
it's gonna be a shitstorm in a few years. I guarantee you. If you think the way Tiger's son is playing now with his dad, and like the tournaments, think again.
Oh, I don't doubt it.
His son is gonna fucking rip up the greens.
To be honest, I don't pay attention to golf. To be honest, I mean, I only play golf on 2K23. That's the closest to the golf course I've been in a long time.
His son is gonna rip it up though, for sure.
Yes. So getting back to football, we're on number 4, which is the Buccaneers. They're an 8-9 team with a plus 3,000 odd of going on to the Super Bowl and a 2.7 chance at that. So again, a lot of hope for that team. Now, I would say I'm even surprised an 8-9 team is actually even in the fucking thing right now. So that tells me how bad the NFC really is, like how desperate they are. You know, because that's an 8-9 team. 8-9 teams usually do not get in.
Realistically,
and barely an 8-8 team. But 8-8s can actually get into the wild card. 8-9 usually is out.
Usually is the big word.
That's the thing I don't understand.
Well,
you know.
Anyways.
Yep. So now we move on to the Cowboys, who have a 12-5 record. But they are only given a 1,300 odd and a 19.8. Now, how the fuck do they have a better shot than the Vikings? They have a lower Super Bowl odd of 1,300, which I think is still too high, and a 19.08. Now, personally, not since Troy Aikman have the Cowboys been worth their weight in salt, to be honest. Since I've been down here, many of the Texans I've talked to can't stand the Cowboys. That's Texans can't stand their home team. That's not good.
I mean, I'm guessing they rather cheer for the Houston Texans than the actual Cowboys, which is sad.
I don't even know, to be honest. It's such a weird thing. A lot of people that I worked with couldn't stand either team. They would root for outsiders. They would root for other teams. I'm like, wow, I've never seen that before, especially from Texans. Texans are usually pretty homegrown, good old country folk that are going to support their homegrown teams. But no.
You know why? It's because the owners of their respective sports, including basketball, hockey, baseball, now football.
Yeah. See, when I was a kid,
Hold on, before you get into it. In all 4 sports, any teams that was based in Texas does absolute crap. And it all falls down to the owners, to the general managers, and the coaches. And then, of course, you still have to still blame the players.
Mm-hmm. I would agree with that. Now, going back to what we were saying about cheering for other teams, when I was a kid, one of my favorite pitchers as a kid was Nolan Ryan.
Don't know who he is.
Oh, dude, he was like one of the kings of the pitching of the mound. You know, one of our best hurlers, you know, in modern times. And I didn't follow his career, but when I would see a game of him, it wasn't necessarily against the Minnesota Twins. It was just, you know, him playing. I was like, this guy knows how to play baseball. Like, he knows how to pitch. And, you know, now remember, I was not even a Minnesota Twins fan. I was a Twins fan in '87 and '91, the 2 years and only 2 years that we ever won won World Series. So, yeah, Minnesota teams suck. Anyway, moving on. So we go to the New York Giants. 9-7-1, 6,000 odds, and a 1.9% chance to win. Or go to the Super Bowl, which is hysterical. Now here come the Seahawks with a 5,000, which I think is actually worse than the Vikings. I think the Vikings had a 3,000, right? So we got a plus 5,000 on the Seahawks with a 1.1% of making it to the Super Bowl. And they are they're a 9-8 team, so that means they're a better record than who was it? The Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So a 9-8 team with a better record's worse with the odds than the Bucs, which is funny. So that's your teams.
You know why the Bucs got a better rate than them?
No idea.
Brady. Oh, yeah. Let's cheer for the Brady. Let's see if he can go for another Super Bowl ring. Okay.
Hey, if Brady was so good, how the hell is his team 8-9?
'Cause he's shit.
You know,
his team is actually shit, to be honest.
He doesn't. His arm is like Jello, man. He doesn't play.
He needs to pump his arm with some steroids.
Well, who doesn't? You know, Jose Canseco opened up our eyes to all the people that were juiced up in the baseball league. So, you know, there you go. And I was a fan of Jose Canseco. I loved him. He was a good player. You know, and it's like everybody. I remember back in the '90s when everybody was, you know, chasing it with Sosa and who was the other guy? Cardinals. Why can I think of the guy's name? You know, when they were doing the home runs, to break the records.
I don't know which one you're talking about.
Back in the '90s, it was Sammy Sosa against I forget his name, trying to to break home run records, and then come to find out that both of them were so juiced up. That's the only reason why they got those titles.
Barry Bonds.
What's that?
Barry Bonds.
No, well, he was another one that actually juiced up. No, who was it?
I don't remember.
Oh my God, what is his name? He played for the Cardinals, I think. Sosa.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Let's get on with some predictions, shall we? Before we forget. Oh God, sorry. All right. So, what is your predictions between the Seahawks or the San Francisco 49ers?
Oh, I go with the 49ers in a heartbeat.
I don't know, because
That's okay, Ethan.
That's all good.
I don't even watch it either. That's why my predictions probably won't mean anything. I would say the 49ers because they're a 13-4 team in the regular season, and although they do have the rookie quarterback,
Brock Purdy, who has
Brock
Purdy. So far, since he started, he has scored 13 touchdowns, 4 interceptions against Geno Smith, who has 30 touchdowns for the Seahawks, 11 interception.
But
So Geno played a lot more than he did.
yes, but here's the thing: their defense has been a liability for much of the season, particularly against the run, which is where the Vikings suffer. So they have the same problems on their defense that the Vikings have.
But
So
San
that's
Francisco-
all. So yes, I granted interceptions do suck. That's like one of the worst things that can happen to a QB for sure. Besides being sacked in the end zone for a safety. But I would say that I would still go with the 49ers. And I'm gonna say this because first, I think they're gonna come back, because they did lose their defensive end. I think his name is Gronk.
Mhm.
But I still think they're going to pull out of that one. Now, I'm sorry, that's Tampa Bay. What am I looking at? I was looking at San Francisco. I'm sorry, not Gronk. But I that's maybe I'm wrong. Maybe a rookie is going to have a harder shot at a Super Bowl. But then again, the fact that a rookie got them to a Super Bowl, I would say would be a reason to say maybe the 49ers would be the team to go versus a better quarterback. But again, I don't know. This is a crapshoot. So out of those two, who do you think will be heading to the Super Bowl?
Oof. To
Out of
be
the
honest,
Seahawks or the 49ers?
I'm going with 49ers because their defense game is just unbeatable. Their
Okay.
defense is actually really good compared to the defense of the Seahawks. But if the Seahawks can stay away from the 49ers defense, keep them on the sideline and milk down the time and shit, I would have to say the vet of Geno Smith and the Seahawks beating the 49ers.
Oof. See, the thing now, this is something I didn't catch before, but the 49ers won 10 straight, and they came back from a 3-4 start to their season.
Yep.
7 games in, they were 3-4, and they won 10. That's impressive. So something in the locker room changed in their attitudes.
Yep.
But it's been the offense, and this is by Christian McCaffrey. So, and he came on, and he's the new running back that came on board in October.
Mm-hmm.
So that possibly helped them a lot. Now, again, it's a rookie quarterback. Quarterbacks can make or break a team. Look at Dante Culpepper. Look at what was his name? Who took a knee in the fourth to do a punt that was failed because then he called a bad. I forget his name. Damn it.
Well, McCaffrey is questionable. He does have an injury.
Yeah.
He is questionable. So.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, technically it could go both ways.
Yeah.
Because the 49ers offense is pretty decent compared to the Seahawks. So.
Hey, when's the Super Bowl?
February something. It's after the Pro Bowl.
Yeah.
Which I'm going to talk about that in a moment because I don't understand that. So here's one for you. Let's take the Miami Dolphins
Versus the Bills?
pit them against the New York Giants. Giants are 9-7-1, and the
Holly. Welcome
Dolphins
to
are
the stream. Sorry.
the Dolphins are
Hi,
9.
Heidi.
They both have hi Heidi.
Welcome to the streams.
They both have a 6,000 plus odd, and they're both at basically 1% chance of making it. So who would you pick out of those two? The Giants or the Dolphins?
Okay, so the Dolphins have Mr. Skylar Thompson, who has 1 touchdown, 3 interception. Hold on, who their key guy has a concussion.
Skylar is a 7th round rookie.
Yeah, the Dolphins' main quarterback has a concussion, so he's questionable. And I think his name is Tago Valoa. I think that's how you technically say it.
Yeah.
He hasn't done horrible this season.
Mm-hmm.
He played 13 games, 25 touchdown, 8 interception, but he was sacked 21 times. So
that's a lot of times. Who's got the worst sack record in the NFL right now? Because that's pretty high.
I don't know.
Yeah.
And you say it was the Giants, right?
Yeah, the Giants are the 9-7-1 team, so they had one time.
So the Giants has Daniel Jones,
Mm-hmm.
who has 15 touchdown, 5 interception. They've got both their quarterbacks.
Okay. Yeah, he's got a 77.8 quarterback rating right now in weeks 15 and 17 versus Washington and Minnesota and Indianapolis.
Their second quarterback is Miss Davis Webb, who has let me see. He scored 1 touchdown.
Now they've also got according to this, Adoree Jackson and Xavier McKinley are both returning from injuries they had. Like Adoree had a knee injury and Xavier had a hand injury. But they're returning for these matchups.
Yeah, like I said, it's a if those two were to go up against each other,
Yeah.
I would say the Giants over Dolphins.
I'll go with the Dolphins over the Giants.
Interesting. There you go.
Yep. That's just this is just my opinion. I'm not a professional sportscaster. I don't study stats all year long. I don't look at any of that stuff. I'm just saying this as a person who's an outsider looking in, and just knowing the team's histories as far as like how they've done over the lifetime that I've ever seen a game or 2 or 3 in my life. There are just some teams I just despise. Considerably. Now, let's go a little bit higher up the charts. Let's go Bengals. Let's go Bengals in the AFC. And let's take the let's go to
How are you, Holly?
Cowboys. How about the Cowboys? For me, I'm gonna just automatically go
Hey,
to Bengals.
Dazzo.
What's up?
Supposed to be like minus 25 here tomorrow morning.
Ooh, that's chilly.
Wear jackets.
Like, really chilly, and my bus doesn't even have any heat. I do, but the bus doesn't have any heat.
Hey, Ethan.
It's like, it has heat, but it's barely working.
Hey, Ethan, stay home. Make an excuse to
No,
stay
I'm not staying home. I ain't staying home, nope.
So, you said the Bengals...
I love school too much, and it's my last year.
Yeah. I would say, Cowboys versus Bengals. I'm going with the Bengals because I liked that team when they were really kicking ass back, when I was a kid, but I just like the frickin' team. I just like the Bengals more so than the Cowboys.
I would say the Bengals too.
Okay.
Because Dallas say like, nope, nah, we're not gonna win anything. It's just gonna be another
My
year
stream's
of
holding
rebuild.
up some done, but it keeps freezing.
So,
Yeah.
LA
Their
Chargers.
hold really quick here. Their past 3 road playoff wins have come in 92, 91, and 1980.
That's irrelevant.
No. That's not because it's the reason for the concern is all likelihood the Cowboys are going to have to win multiple road games. That's what they're saying is that the road games are what's going to kill the team if they don't do well in those. That's for the Cowboys.
Anyways,
So let's move on.
LA Chargers versus the Jacksonville Jaguars. What's your pick?
Let me look at this. Jacksonville Jaguars against the Chargers.
So,
Wait, no, that's the same conference, same teams, same side.
yes.
Jackson. Yeah. So, because I was going alternates. I was actually going AFC, NFC. So if we're gonna stay in the conference, then I'm gonna.
Because they're playing each other on Saturday.
Yeah. So.
So,
Oh well. Okay. So. How do you feel about the pass rush? Because that's that's the one thing that Jaguars really suck at is the pass rush.
yeah, they do.
It's worse in the league. Smoot is out with a torn Achilles, so that's pretty much that's nearly career ending right there. Yeah, you know what?
So it's Trevor Lawrence versus Justin Herbert.
Right, and I'm also looking at
They are both.
the offense for the Los Angeles Chargers is very inconsistent, according to this.
They are both very similar to each other.
Yeah, even though the Chargers have the better record.
Especially when it comes to, so they both got thrown a 25 touchdown. The only difference is Lawrence has 2 less interception than Herbert does.
But he's a top 5 quarterback. Lawrence is. He's got a 69.7 third passing rate. I'm sorry, a completion percentage. He's got a 104.6 as a passer rating and 8th in total quarterback. So 63. However, I will probably give this honestly to the Chargers. No, I take that back. I'm going to change my vote. I'm going to make this an actual toss-up. These two teams are too similar in their derpiness. I'm going to give them the coin toss and say it's going to be heads or tails. It doesn't matter.
Now remember, the Chargers are the reigning defending champions.
I know they are. But just because you're a reigning champion one year does not mean you're going to be the Golden Kids in the next round. Shit always happens in the next season. It always does.
Let's see.
There's been very few teams who've won back-to-back Super Bowl titles.
You're not wrong.
You know, because it's not easy.
You're not wrong.
You know, especially in this climate. So I'm gonna leave this as a
Toss-up.
This is my toss-up. I don't really have an opinion on this one.
Okay. What's next? Bills, Dolphins.
Yeah, let's go Bills and I'm gonna play dirty. I'm gonna say Bills and Chiefs. I'm gonna play real dirty on that one.
Well, you can't technically do that right now until whatever happens goes down this weekend.
Yeah, I know. Okay, I won't be that mean then.
So you get the Bills versus Dolphins. Who you got?
Can I just be a dick and say Dolphins?
Go for it. Go for it.
If I want to be hated. No, to be honest, the only reason why I'm saying this, even though I do not like New York teams, honestly,
Heidi,
I will
give
give it to the Bills over the Dolphins. To move on.
I mean, to be honest, the Bills have a way better offense and defense than the Dolphins does.
And even with Hamlin gone for right now,
Yeah.
they're still a tough team.
Yes, they are.
Now, are they going to be even hungrier because their boys down?
Yes.
Probably. Are they going to be more aggressive? Probably. Which could backfire, because if they're too aggressive, that means there's going to be a lot more flags in the calls. There's going to be a lot more calls.
I mean, the Buffalo Bills still have Stephen Diggs,
Right.
who is technically their number one receiver. So,
Well, they have Cole Beasley and John Brown, who were added to the practice squad.
and of
that
course,
that might not be enough for Allen.
but
so-
Josh Allen's still a beast. When he gets going, he gets going. And then on Miami, you got Skylar Thompson.
But I have a feeling his get up and go might actually gone up and went, because that usually happens under high pressure situations. You may be great. You gotta remember, this is the thing about football. I don't think you're basically starting from zero when you're in the playoffs.
Yes, technically that's what it is.
All that bullshit during the regular season doesn't always translate to a kick-ass postseason. It just doesn't. Rarely does it. And from the games I have seen in my lifetime, which I've watched a lot of football when I was growing up, it's just what I see is that you can be the greatest team. Like I said, the Vikings were a 15-1 team and still blew the fucking postseason because of a missed field goal. So, do I think the Bills could win? Sure. Do they have a shot? Sure. But I think when you're starting from zero, no, I'll still give it to the Bills. I will still give it to them, because I think there is something about this current team that might actually be a positive. And not just because of Hamlin being out right now. I'm saying that overall, and Jeffrey's mentioned this a lot. Like, when he talks about the Bills, he knows, because he watches the games, so he knows what he's seeing. Probably is not just from a fan's point of view, but as somebody who actually genuinely likes the sport. And I
He's
think
almost
that
like a coach in a way.
I agree. I think that he knows his football very well. And God, I wish we could have had him on the show tonight.
I wonder where he is. Where's Mr. Jeffrey Gamer?
Probably working. He's probably working a lot of hours. That's probably why he's not been on lately.
Might be working the overnights, the night shift.
Yeah. So maybe. I mean, I would like to get Jeffrey's opinion on what he's seeing with his team. Like, what is he seeing with his Bills? And seeing if, because he's gonna be biased to actually going on. I mean, he's gonna want them to win the Super Bowl, because that's the built-in bias. But I want to ask him, taking yourself out of that, starting at zero, how would you view a Bills versus Dolphins competing on the same gridiron? Would you still pull for your Bills at that point? Because again, anything can happen in the postseason. I don't know. I'm talking about my butt because I don't follow football. But I'm curious. I will give this to the Buffalo Bills only because of what I know right now, and I don't know a whole lot. So that's my thing. I'm gonna pick Vikings. I'm gonna pick the Vikings. I'm gonna go to the NFC only. I'm gonna say Vikings and
So you got your hands down on the Vikings beating the Giants.
Oh, you're right, I do. Okay, never mind. I did that earlier. My bad.
You got Vikings over the Giants this Sunday.
No, I'm changing that.
Oh?
Postseason, they fuck up.
Do you think the Giants got it?
Yes. Remember, this is the team that cheated them years ago. Now, most people probably don't remember that. I do, because I watched that disaster of a game.
Okay.
So
I have to say, because of Vikings' current track record of Ken making it to the playoffs and making it further, I'm gonna have to agree with you. I'm gonna go Giants.
But here's the thing: the Giants. That the reason why that game was even more bitter for me, because that was the championship game, one away from a fucking Super Bowl. That's why it's very salty to me to this day. This was, what was that, like 15 years ago? Something like that? When that happened? I have not gotten over that.
That's like, hold on.
Watch that game with bated breath, hoping the Vikings would actually have a shot of getting to the Super Bowl after so many years. Go ahead.
You have that same grudge. Tell that to Leaf fans over here in Toronto. They still have the fucking grudge for the last fucking, 12, 13, 14, 15 years of not making it past the fucking postseason.
Yeah.
Losing in the first round against Boston, Montreal, yeah. Boston.
Yeah. I will also say,
wrong. I fucking grew up in Toronto. Back in the days, I love the Leafs. Don't get me wrong.
But you have a right to tear into them for being a shit team all these years later.
19 lakes? Or no, 10 lakes, sorry. 10
I
lakes,
love Matt Sundin. I grew up as a Matt Sundin fucking fan.
Okay.
I love him. I love Gary Roberts. I love Ty Domi. Fucking Darcy Tucker. Ooh, boy. The golden era, as I would call it. Great team. Sadly, they didn't have enough fucking guts and whatever to make it pass into the postseason.
Right. If you want to talk about some real salt, my guy, I got one for you.
Oh, let's
my,
go.
My saltiness against the fucking owner of the Minnesota North Stars moving my fucking North Stars to Texas and making them the Dallas Stars because he didn't want to be in Minnesota no more.
Gotta love when owners do that.
Eat a fucking dick, you bitch. You bitch.
Gotta love when owners do that.
That happened in 1991. I was a ginormous North Stars fan. Love that fucking team. They were a beast of a team.
Mm-hmm.
And they were always contenders. They didn't always capitalize, but they did have titles. They had trophies.
Right.
It wasn't just playoff. No, they won Stanley Cups. That twat took my team from Minnesota, and it was mainly because they could not get a new stadium built. You know, because where Mall of America decided to put its ass, it tore out the Met Center. The Met Center was where the North Stars played their hockey. They didn't want to move them to the Civic Center, which they could have theoretically, or built a stadium like they did for the Wild, which is the XL Energy Center. They didn't want to do that. So the guy's like, yeah, bye-bye. I take the team. I go to Texas. Fuck you, you punk-ass biatcha. That's all I will say about that. I will never support the Dallas Stars. I don't give a shit who they are. I don't care if they won 50 gazillion Stanley Cup titles. I don't care if they shit out gold bricks and said, here, have a gold brick. I don't give a shit. You suck as a team. And your former owner, I don't even think the guy's around anymore, but that former owner, fuck you. Okay, moving on. Back to football. I told you the salt is real with me. That is some salty salt that will ever salt.
All right.
That is more salty than any salt mines that we have. Moving on. I don't mean to cuss like that, but that really bugged me.
All right. Next up, we got Baltimore Ravens versus Cincinnati Bengals. Who you got?
Bengals. Just Bengals.
Bengals? The Bengals?
Yep. You said the Falcons, right? You said the Falcons, right?
No. Bengals versus the Ravens.
Oh, fuck those damn dirty birds. Fuck them in the asshole of life.
Whoa!
Bengals.
Yeah, Bengals.
There's some salt in those wounds with the Falcons. Those damn dirty birds. Anyway, moving on.
Bengals does have a good team, but their defense is actually horrible. Their rushing is horrible for the Bengals.
Yep. Do they have a high sack percentage?
I'm not
defense-
too sure.
Because their offensive line is dog shit.
So, their Baltimore Ravens has the second best in the league in rushing yards.
Mm-hmm.
Second best in the league in rushing yards because they're 10-7. They're second in the AFC North.
Right. Okay.
Uh,
By the way, really quick to go back to hockey. Okay, another reason why. What the fuck does Dallas know about hockey? There's no fucking snow down here. Nor does Florida have snow. Anyway, moving on.
you're gonna ask those questions where we have no say whatsoever.
You have snow in Canada. You have many hockey teams.
I
There's
mean, you
no
could technically
type of
say, you could technically say the same if you're gonna talk about snow. I mean, look at Cali.
Mhm.
California has how many fucking teams in the playing hockey?
32?
There's not
Whoa,
many in
whoa,
California. I don't think.
Oh, wait,
32 teams in California playing fucking hockey? What?
yeah, I don't understand why the fucking I don't get it.
There's
Any
no
state that
teams in
doesn't have snow
California.
does
I
not
don't
get a
think
hockey
for
team, as far
hockey.
as I'm concerned.
I'm just
You have and you have to have seasonal snow. It can't just be once in a blue moon. It can't be a
Alright,
snow nor a snowpocalypse. Cannot be that.
final game for the wild card.
We
Okay.
have not an NHL team, but we have a hockey team in Bathurst.
Yeah, but they're local, right?
Right, that's why you said it wasn't a pro team. They have a local team. That's like kind of like how the Saints have.
Yeah, it's
Minnesota
not a
Saints have
pro
the same
team
thing.
though.
Yeah, not a pro team.
Um,
So what's your last pick?
Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers Monday. Who you got? The Flake Gate
Tampa Bay.
versus Tom Brady versus Dak Prescott. Prescott is coming back from injury, if I remember correctly.
I'm going to the Cowboys because fuck Tom Brady.
Ooh.
Shots fired
Ooh.
with relish.
So if you were the referee between these two teams, who would you go for? Who do you think the league is gonna pay off the referees?
Oh, you know they're gonna give it to the Bucks. You know they will. You know they will because
Piss off Dak Prescott and the
Now,
fucking Cowboys.
look. I will say this. I will have to give it to Tom Brady. As a quarterback for a very long time, he has been one of the most honest quarterbacks out there. He's not a dirty player.
Right.
He's always been for the love of the game. He's always been like, I love my fans. I love the fans.
Mm-hmm.
But fucking Tom Brady. I don't give a shit about Tom Brady. I don't. Besides, he went to the Buccaneers because he had no job. Because he wanted to give it up, right? Because he'd already made his squillions of dollars.
Because he wouldn't want to. Because New England,
What do you have?
New
How many
England didn't want to pay him for it.
How many titles does he have with the Pats? 4? He had 4 Super Bowl rings with the Pats, right?
I think he has what, 5?
Is it 5? Okay, it's 4 or 5. One of those numbers, yeah. Then he's like, no, it's not enough. I gotta go to Tampa Bay. So I'm gonna take this thing. I'm gonna take it all the way. Because I'm Tom Brady.
Okay.
Look, he may be a cool guy, like I said. He may be a guy that you want to have a beer with, have a steak dinner with. Fine,
Mhm.
fantastic. Let him pay for that shit. But nope, just nope. I will go with the only reason why too is because I would rather support a team that probably hasn't won a good Super Bowl in a few decades.
Mhm.
You know, not days of Troy Aikman. Because Troy Aikman was a damn good quarterback, far superior to Tom Brady.
Right.
And maybe not in stats, but just overall as a person I'd want to watch. And honestly, it's because I do not like New England teams. I'm just tired of New England teams always being in the fucking finals because it's always big market money. But just nope, Tom Brady. Look, I will admit, at one small time, I kind of dug that Tom Brady went to the Bucks. Like I was excited when Brett Favre came to the Vikings.
Super.
Because that was the ultimate middle finger to the Green Bay Packers, is they got rid of Favre, let him go, and the Vikings took him up. That was the ultimate middle finger because we have such a rivalry with the Green Bay Packers. Probably worse than the Chicago Bears, to be honest. The border battles between Minnesota and Wisconsin are legendary, and believe me, that was a huge middle finger to every Wisconsin cheesehead out there that loved the Packers. When we got him. But anyway, I know that's not Tom Brady. I'm just saying I'm going to go with the Cowboys because fuck Tom Brady.
Okay.
Shots fired with my cannon. I'm cocked, locked, and ready to rock.
I think that Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys got it this year.
Mm-hmm. But we'll have to see. Now, remember, too, I mean, the Cowboys honestly have not been good, like a really honestly good team since Tom Landry was the coach. Tom Landry fucking really made the Dallas Cowboys the monsters that they became. And hey, what other team had some of the hottest cheerleaders? You got a fucking show out of that called the Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders. What the fuck?
You're not wrong.
What the fuck? Okay, you ain't got nothing on that, boys, in Tampa Bay.
Hey, Mike.
You are not wrong. They do have some amazing ladies over there.
Mm-hmm. But I'm spoken for, so moving on. I have my own Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. Thank you very much. Oh yes, I said it.
Wow.
Hell yeah, I do. So, anyway.
Anyways.
As far as I'm concerned, she could have been. I would have been okay with that. I approve. Now should we go on? So that's the playoffs now. I don't know if how we want to open up the championship game because that's the final two teams before the final four before the Super Bowl. I will say that let's take the Vikings out because I believe they are not even going to get beyond the playoff round.
Okay.
I believe they will lose and they are going to be off the table for good.
Out of the AFC and the NFC, pick your one team each going to the Super Bowl.
I'll stay with the AFC. I'm going to say the two teams that are going from the AFC are going to be the Kansas City Chiefs and the Buffalo Bills.
Ooh.
I believe those because they are the top contenders. They are the tops. I believe that they will do that. Nope. I take that back. Chiefs, no. Bengals, yes. Buffalo Bills, yes. So I'm going to switch it up. Buffalo and Bengals will be the top two AFC teams. For the NFC, I'm going to say Cowboys.
No, hold on. Before we do that though.
Okay. Oh yeah, you do your AFC.
Because the way the NFL technical playoff seeding goes is one. Technically, the Chiefs got the pass, so they technically. I would have to look this up again. God damn it!
Oh, because they got the bye week.
Yeah.
They're going to have the extra week of rest. That's true, but then I believe that rest actually can make you slothy. Therefore, I just think it'd be sloppy. So sloppy. I think that'll happen to the Chiefs. I don't know.
Because remember, every playoff and every Super Bowl. Okay, so we need to figure out who faces what.
The Eagles will have the bye week because they have the better record, as will the Chiefs. The Chiefs and the Philadelphia Eagles will have the bye weeks. Vikings have to play, which is why I know they're going to be out. But
I need to pull up the goddamn thing here.
Oh, excuse me. Now, again, folks, Daz and I are not professional.
I wish we were, but we're not. So
I would shoot myself in the head before.
And I don't watch it.
And then Ethan doesn't really watch football, so it's not
football,
really
so I'm not up for president.
right, exactly. But that's okay. I mean, to be honest, like I said, I'm really not a football freak.
We're just
I
here
just
for
know
the
you-
gigs.
I'm more,
I'm a YouTube freak and a hockey freak at the same time.
see now, yeah, that's the thing. Now, if we were talking about Stanley Cup, oh shit, that'll be a fucking thing.
We might.
We might be talking some Stanley Cup this year. Now, I haven't followed hockey in years, so I don't really know how anybody's doing these days.
So
Because I used to be a Coyotes fan.
Yeah.
Just like the Coyotes. Back when I think it was Marley Lemieux that played for them.
okay, let's see here.
Yeah, I forget.
So Chargers and the Jaguars will looks like they're facing the Chiefs regardless, according to this chart that I'm reading. Wait, this doesn't make sense.
No, you gotta look for the
The actual brackets?
brackets. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Is like who's playing who.
This
So-
technically it does make sense. So the Chiefs will face the winner between the Rams,
Mm-hmm.
LA Rams, or the Jaguars. Meanwhile, Baltimore Ravens and the Bengals will face the winner of the Buffalo Bills and Miami Dolphins series.
Correct. Yeah. So, Bills versus Dolphins, Bengals versus Ravens, Jaguars versus Chargers. NFC is Niners against Seahawks, Vikings against Giants, and Buccaneers against Cowboys. That's how it's laid out this year.
Yes.
And you're right, because both the number one seeds, Chiefs and Eagles, will have a week off. They'll have their bye week, while these 6 teams duke it out for the Final Four.
It's kind of stupid with the way that they had the playoffs.
Well, and it's an odd number too, because you have 7 teams versus an
8.
even number, which would be 6 teams or 8 teams. Yeah. So I don't know how,
Anyways,
but man,
it's weird. So, say LA Rams beat.
oh, by really quick here, FPI is Football Power Index.
Yes.
I did not know that.
So let's per se Jaguars beat the Rams.
Ooh, no, you mean the Chargers?
Okay, yeah, Chargers, whatever.
Well, Rams are different than the Chargers.
Jaguars. So Jaguars faces KC.
Yes. Yes. Chargers. Which is not Kansas City.
No.
It's
So Jaguars
LA.
faces KC in the next round. Bengals faces Buffalo.
Okay, I see where you're going with that.
That could be a crazy series right there. Well, obviously KC will have the better team than the Jaguars, but nonetheless. And then over in the NFC side of things, Philly versus Cowboys.
Who?
Philadelphia Eagles versus the Cowboys.
Okay, I can see that.
Because I don't think the Buccaneers are gonna reach over to the Eagles round. Come on.
So even you are jumping ship with Tom Brady then.
But even if the Blake Gate is real in 2023, you think they're gonna be able to squeeze past the Eagles?
I think the problem.
No
I think
way.
with the problem with the
No,
Buccaneers.
sir.
Well, first of all, I wish Tony Dungy was still coaching the Buccaneers because I love Tony Dungy. He was a Minnesota Golden Gopher football player. The reason why I would say that you are correct on this is because the Bucs only have Tom Brady. That is their superstar. That's like when everybody jumped on board to fucking Posh Spice's husband
No,
for
Jesus.
fucking soccer. There was all that bullshit hype, and then nobody gave a fuck about it.
Bella, how you doing?
Hey,
Feel
Bella.
free to come in here if you want to. You're more than welcome to.
Hey, Bella.
Oh, by the way, I think, Ethan, you asked about when the Super Bowl is. It's February 12th. In Glendale, Arizona this year.
And we got New York Giants versus the 49ers.
Ooh.
Ooh. Or the
Hey, Bella, if you
Oh,
haven't
no,
subscribed
no,
to my
no.
channel yet, please do so.
Or if the Minnesota Vikings get past the Giants, we can have Vikings versus 49ers.
Ooh.
Spicy.
I could see that going both ways, to be honest. I could see the Giants trouncing over the Vikings easily. I could see that fucking happening because of their history.
Right.
But
history is history. It's 2023.
have we moved
Playoffs
on
is
from that?
now. Can the Vikings erase some sort of history that's being
And
cursed
now,
for a while?
to be honest, though, too, that would be.
I mean, even if they make it to, okay, say you're an actual Vikings fan right now, right? You know the history of the Vikings losing, can make it past the championship round, whatever.
Right. They've got.
Would you at least in 2023 give them the props to at least make it to the conference finals if they make it that far?
Well, that's the thing, because that's been a thing they've done before. They've gotten this far many times in their history. The problem is getting beyond. They have to get beyond these rounds because they do go up against formidable teams. What their problem is that they choke. They have bad. They start making stupid mistakes that should be taken care of in the regular season.
Well, let's face it.
See, that's my problem.
The playoffs is a total different beast.
That's
you
why
can be as great as a team in the regular season.
That's right.
But once the season is over and the playoff begins, there's a whole new ballgame.
And that's why I believe, and this is what I've always believed, that everybody's an even keel. Everything that you learned about them in the regular season and preseason games no longer matter. Now what we have to do is I would say start treating this as a new regular season.
You technically cannot do that because your mindset is already in the season.
Because you play to win. You should always be in the mentality of playing to win.
You'll play it like it's the last.
No trophy for second place losers.
You should play it like the last game on Earth.
Okay, now I would agree. Now let's okay, I'll take that to another level then. Play this game like it's a Super Bowl game.
That is what I used to fucking preach when I was playing sports. Regardless of the level, that was what I freaking preached.
That's what they need to tell Cousins. Play this game. Cousins, Kirk, play this game as if it is the Super Bowl. And play every game to the actual Super Bowl like it is the Super Bowl. Keep that mentality in your head. If you play to win like that, maybe then you have a shot, albeit a small one. And I'll be honest, every year ESPN is never friendly to the Vikings. They never are. It's just such a bias with that whole crew. But I will say this. I would say if the Giants lose against the Vikings, I'll say Vikings versus 49ers. 49ers will continue on. Vikings will lose in the second round.
Okay.
That's my opinion. Now, you could have a different one. That's totally fine. I think you were going Giants and 49ers, right? Because we both agree the Seahawks just suck, so the Seahawks shouldn't even be in the mix.
Seahawks, yeah.
The Seahawks suck. Okay.
But anything can happen, to be honest. 2023 playoffs.
Okay, so here's one for you.
Did you see my video I put out the other day, Dazzo?
No, I did not get a chance to, buddy. I'm sorry.
It's almost 60 views already.
Nice.
Okay. 49ers versus Eagles.
Almost 60.
So hold on. 49ers versus the Eagles. Are you talking about the championship round? Or the conference finals?
No, once they so we've already picked the teams that are going to move on.
Okay.
So
you're
now,
picking.
now we have to the Eagles have to play one of these teams.
So okay. Say Cowboys versus the Eagles. Who will move on?
Oh, interesting.
Because you cannot technically flip the thing. It's all through the playoff brackets. Now, if it was randomized, that would be awesome.
Okay,
But
no.
it's not
Okay,
randomized.
so I see. Okay, I see what you're trying to. Okay, so I have to stay in the brackets. Okay, so Bucks, Cowboys go on. Cowboys go to Vikings versus Giants. I would say Vikings in the first round. Cowboys versus Vikings then. Or would we just say Cowboys? See, that's where I get confused is because all these teams play.
Yes.
Then it breaks down to a smaller bracket.
Yes. That is exactly how
Can
it
you
goes
give
in
me
every
a
sport.
readout?
Right.
Yeah.
So the Vikings could theoretically play the Cowboys.
Okay. Let's take this one step at a time.
You're
Say-
overthinking it.
Okay. Say Eagles and the Cowboys are facing each other, following the wild card. All right. Who do you got to move on to the conference finals?
Eagles.
Okay. You got Eagles. All right. What
I'm not a fan
about?
of the Eagles, but I'm even less of a fan of the Cowboys, so don't really care. This is one of the things I don't really care about is because honestly, none of these teams are appealing to me. None of these NFC teams are appealing to me.
What about Vikings and the 49ers?
49ers.
Philly versus 49ers in the conference finals.
Eagles versus 49ers?
Eagles versus the 49ers. Conference final. Winner moves on to the championship.
Eagles.
Ooh. Okay.
Only reason why is because it's an East Coast team. They'll always fucking take East Coast teams over the West Coast. Always happens.
Interesting.
That I'm sorry, but that's kind of how it's been. I think. What was it? Let me look at. I gotta look this up really quick here. I want to look up the. 'Cause I watched this one on TV.
So, Skittles picked the Philadelphia Eagles to be the NFC champions.
Could we do a raid tonight?
We'll see.
Okay. Here now, this is why I'm saying this because there was a time the Bengals played against the 49ers. This is the '89 World Series.
You cannot go far that. Go way back into the history books.
Right. Super Bowl 23. San Francisco 49ers versus Bengals. Bengals won that year.
That history is done. It's already written in the books. You cannot go back that far.
I'm just saying. I'm saying if that was a thing again, I would have picked the Bengals again if that was a possibility of that happening, because that could happen. That could happen where those two teams could meet in the Super Bowl. It is possible.
I'm not saying it's not.
Whether or not it happens in this day and age, in 2023, I don't know. Because football is so much different than it was in '89.
No shit, it is.
I mean, it's as far as I'm concerned, it's way worse than it was in '89.
No shit.
It wasn't a bunch of political bullshit like it is now.
No shit.
That's another reason why I don't respect football is because of the political bullshit over the past 3.5 years. That's what I don't like about it. So anyway, you were saying Vikings 49ers. I'll take 49ers. I'll take Eagles over 49ers in that round. So that leaves Eagles in the NFC alone. I will leave them at the number 1 seed this year, the number 1 spot. So if we go to the AFC, we got Jaguars versus Chargers.
Before we do that,
yeah,
I honestly have to agree with you. I'm gonna stick with the Eagles. If they are the conference finals. If for some reason Dallas Cowboys beat the Eagles, I'm gonna favor the Cowboys.
I'll shit a brick if the Cowboys beat the Eagles. No fucking joke. I will take a dump
Dak
because
Prescott.
that was not expected.
Just hear me out though. Because Dak Prescott has been screwed around for a while, through injuries, through whatever crap he's done over the years. Dallas Cowboys making into the conference to this championship round. That'd be huge for Texas.
Yeah.
But do they have enough balls to go all the way there? We'll have to find out. But like I said, my pick is Cowboys if they, for whatever reason, can beat Philadelphia Eagles in the semi-rounds.
So, here's something that we should consider. If we're talking the Eagles, I didn't realize this, but they've had a lot of injuries.
Yeah.
Hurts throwing shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
Lane Johnson's abdominal tear.
Mm-hmm.
And cornerback Avante Maddox's toe.
Yep.
That's 3 key players that are kind of up in the air.
Yep.
However, they have a defense.
Their defense is still kind of solid.
They have 70 sacks this year. That's pretty freaking amazing.
Their defense is still solid, even though their offense might be hurt a little bit.
Well, if your quarterback's out, is your second string any better?
We'll have to find out.
Mm-hmm.
They got 2 weeks.
Yep, they do.
The Eagles have 2 weeks to rest up. And
when is the first game?
Their first game is...
No, the game against both. So the Buccaneers, Cowboys, Jaguars, Chargers. One of those 2 games running.
Bucks and Cowboys are Monday.
Okay, Vikings, Giants
so they
are
technically...
Sunday.
Yeah, those are Sundays. So Buccaneers and Cowboys is next Monday.
Okay.
So they technically got...
Hey, I have 2 weeks of school, and then I'm off for a week.
There you go.
So Philly has... Philly has 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, so did we get down to our final 4 then?
So you technically picked Eagles to go all the way to the finals.
Well, no, we got to get down to the 4. We got to get the 4-team bracket.
Okay.
That's the champion. Well, no, the championship game is the
finals.
Conference finals, yes. So we need to go to that.
Okay. So my pick is over in the NFC side, right?
Start with AFC.
Okay.
So that's Chiefs, Bills, Dolphins, Bengals, Ravens, Jaguars, and Chargers.
Let's face
Out
it.
of those, it goes on to the 4.
Let's face it. Chiefs is going to the conference finals along with the Bills.
Okay. I'm gonna pick.
With all due respect to the Bengals, I'm still picking the Bills over the Bengals.
I'm picking the Bengals over the Bills. I'm taking the Bengals and the Chiefs.
Oh.
I know that's gonna sting a lot of people.
Oh, that hurts. But okay. Let's see this then.
NFC.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
So, KC versus Bengals conference finals. Who you got?
I'm gonna stick with my Cats. I'm gonna stick with my Bengals. I'm not a Chargers fan, to be honest. I've never been a Chargers fan.
No, it's the Chiefs.
You said no. Oh, you said Bengals versus Chiefs.
Yes.
the
Because there's no way KC is gonna lose the next 2 rounds.
Okay, I'm gonna put more fuel on this fire. Bengals over Chiefs.
Bengals over Chiefs?
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Oh yeah. So I'm literally taking out two of the top. I'm taking out the two top seeds. I'm taking out the Bills and the Chiefs. I'm going to say the Bengals.
So you think the third best team in the AFC is going to take a number 1 and 2?
Oh yeah, because I think it has happened where the top two seeds just completely nerf the entire seed. Like they nerf their finals.
Ooh.
Dumb plays are made. I'm sorry, Kansas City Chiefs fans. I'm sorry, Bills fans. Bengals.
Okay.
I could be a real dick and say what I really am thinking, but anyway, but let's move on.
Okay.
So we got that's my pick is Bengals over the Chiefs and Bills.
Bengals, okay. Bengals in the conference final in the championship round.
Bengals in that round, yes.
I'm gonna say, this is gonna be tough. So even if Bills do make it to face KC in the conference finals, God, I don't know who to pick.
I have a feeling you're gonna go Chiefs. I think you're gonna go Chiefs I think you're actually gonna break. I think you're gonna break from your Bills, and I think you're gonna go to the Chiefs
because the Chiefs have Patrick Mahomes.
Yes,
and he's a fucking beast. I mean, with all due respect to Jake Allen, Bell is the next Tom Brady GOAT. You heard me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say if it's 1 and 2 in the conference finals, KC has it. With all due respect to the Bills.
Look, I know you're a Bills fan.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So I understand that. I mean, I get why you're jumping that ship, and I approve. You're not gonna. Hey, look, man, I just took out the Bills and the Chiefs with the Bengals. Okay, what does that say about me? I'm a motherfucker. I'm an asshole, and I'm proud of it.
But like I said, even if 1 and 2 does make it to the conference finals, that's a technical toss-up.
Okay, so let me ask you: are you writing?
Think about it. It's a technical toss-up.
Right? Are you writing this stuff down so we have something to talk about when this shit goes completely sideways?
I mean, I'll probably record it on the VOD. So I don't know.
I ain't gonna go back and listen to that. I'm sure because it'll be like 2 hours in. I'm like, I'm not gonna surf through that. I'm gonna forget.
This is why you just scroll through it.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay, so are we done with the AFC then? Do we want to go to NFC?
Okay, yeah, let's go NFC.
All right, starting with the Buccaneers or Cowboys. Let's move the Cowboys up, and I will say
Cowboys versus Philly.
What's that?
Cowboys versus the Eagles.
Oh, Eagles. Eagles will cream the hell out of the Cowboys.
Interesting.
Because it's Philadelphia. Because it's an East Coast team. And I don't believe the Cowboys are hungry enough to get a title again.
Are you sure?
I don't believe so. I really don't feel it in my bones. I live in Texas right now. I talk to Texans. Even they're up in the air about that.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who you got? Vikings versus 49ers.
Niners.
I
told you. So the Vikings will get past round 1. I will give them that. They will beat the Giants. 49ers will beat the Seahawks. However, Vikings versus 49ers, 49ers will win.
So you think the 49ers is going all the way to the championship round or the conference finals?
I believe that the Eagles are going to be the conference finals.
Well,
but I believe they will take along with the 49ers, yes. Okay. And then those two teams will decide who goes to the Super Bowl.
Interesting.
So, if I'm really wanting to play that card, I would like to see a new matchup between the Bengals and 49ers in the Super Bowl.
Bengals versus 49ers?
Yes.
Super
that would
Bowl?
be amazing.
I mean, anything can happen.
Now remember, that's Cincinnati versus a California team.
So?
Cincinnati
They
isn't
could
usually.
easily.
Cincinnati's not usually on the map. That's my thing.
Here's the thing. They could easily just do a fucking Philadelphia versus the Bills, or Philadelphia versus the Chiefs, as the fucking
I know that, but
championship.
I would just like to, because it's a completely different world now. I would like to see how well they would hold up, in basically what would be a rematch. Because I don't think they've pitted against each other since '89.
So, anything can happen between now and
Well,
the championship.
that's what now? Nearly 40 years.
So yeah.
But we'll see. But then we get to the Super Bowl.
What if 49ers lose, says Sentinel? Then you got the Eagles
They said
versus.
no.
Then you got the Eagles versus the Chiefs or the Bills.
Ooh.
Oh.
Do I do the Bills dirty again?
I mean, we could literally see Philadelphia versus Buffalo.
If you really want my
Honestly.
opinion, if you want my opinion,
I'm just saying.
I'm going to say the Eagles are going to take the Super Bowl this year
Ooh.
over the Bills.
Or Chiefs. Whichever one make it to the finals.
No, I honestly believe that the Eagles are going all the way this year.
Thank you.
They're probably the most hungry team. Now, look, this could all go sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about the playoffs and the conference finals and the championship game and all that shit. There's a reason why that gets really messed up, because it all starts at zero. Everything that you ever learned in the preseason and the regular season is out the window.
Yep.
There's going to be people are going to be out for blood because
Sorry, guys,
there's going to be some grudges. What's that? What's that?
Sorry,
Ethan?
I'm talking to my chat. Sorry.
Okay. No, it's okay. You're good. That's actually a good thing you're talking to your chat, because you want to interact. That's what you want to do. I'm going with the Eagles, and I don't like the Eagles, and I don't really like the Kansas City Chiefs, to be honest.
How dare you?
However, I think the Eagles are. I think there's more obsession about the Eagles taking the victory this year than I think there's been in a very long time. More so than the Bills. More so than the Chiefs.
Interesting.
Now, again, if it goes sideways, I would love to be wrong. Look, if I'm wrong and the Bills win, I will say, go Bills. Good job. What a great victory for you guys. If the Bengals go, I'll say great job to them too. I just have no hope for my Vikings. I have no hope for them.
Please subscribe if you haven't already. I see a new person in my chat. Please subscribe if you haven't.
So my view is this. Okay, I take the Vikings as the team on the Death Star, just as Luke is literally shooting the frickin' vent.
Oh damn.
Okay. That is to me how the Vikings ruin everything. They'll be dominant and powerful and rah rah rah, and then they'll get the frickin'
that shit.
It will be then. It'll literally be Luke Skywalker shooting the 2 shots down the vent, the ventilation shaft, to destroy the Death Star. That is how bad the Vikings do in the postseason. It's literally like that, in my opinion. It's literally the Death Star getting blown up.
Did Burpo get into your brain today, or what?
What's that?
Did Burpo get into your brain today?
No, I was watching, only because I was watching Chris Roman earlier playing Jedi, so I was like, yeah, or Star Wars. So I was like, yeah, I'm kind of in the Star Wars mood right now.
Oh, okay.
No, but to be honest, I would like to see the Vikings actually win a title, but I just don't see it ever happening. I really don't. They're not the darlings. They're not the darlings this year. That's the Bills. But I think the Eagles are a stronger team, to be honest. I just really feel
Yeah,
that.
I know I'm buffering.
Now, if we were now if we were
I
doing
am
AFC conference, Chiefs. Okay, so Chiefs are 46, and the Eagles are 49. I mean, that's not much of a percentage difference. 46 versus 44. That theoretically could go either way. That could go either way.
You are not wrong.
But here's the thing: do the number one seeds? Does that? How often does the number one seed actually stand strong against the other contenders? Like, do they survive?
I mean, miraculously, anything can happen.
That it would be interesting. What if the Vikings played the Bills in the freaking Super Bowl? My brain would break.
Yeah.
Hell, if the Vikings got back into the Super Bowl against any team, my brain would break.
Right.
How was it possible that a team that has sucked for freaking ever can actually get into that place once again? That was not done since the days of Bud Grant as head coach.
Like I said, 2023.
Does purple and yellow, white beat Bills, red, white, and blue? Ooh, there's a thought-provoking idea. Red, white, and blue versus purple, white, and yellow.
You'll have to find out on the conference finals.
And the funny thing is, I will not watch one game because I don't have access to the channel. I can watch highlights. I mean, I can go to ESPN and watch the highlights, sure, but I won't be able to watch the game in real time. Because honestly, guys, the reason why I don't watch football anymore, especially my home team, my anger. Anger. I am literally the person that wants to throw my shoe at my TV.
Right.
I am the one who's cussing out my team for making stupid plays. That's why I can't do it. I can't enjoy the game of football or baseball or hockey without getting angry.
Uh-huh.
To me, that's not passion. That's just out of control crap. So I can't remain unbiased. I cannot remain calm watching football. Now, maybe does that make me a passionate fan of the sports of my home teams? I don't think getting angry every time you're watching a dumb play and screaming at the TV or wanting to throw a shoe at it, I don't think that helps. I don't know.
I mean,
now I don't know how chill you are when you're watching games. Like, I don't know if anything like that aggravates you.
It used to.
Where it's just like you just want to break things.
It honestly used to.
Yeah. So, Ethan.
Even when I was playing sports, even back then, I would be fucking screaming at you.
Yeah.
I was technically the captain of all my teams. And the coach.
You're never an enforcer then.
I was technically the captain and the fucking coach. If you want to put it that way. Because
how
I
does
will
that
fucking
work?
scream at you regardless.
Okay, so wait.
Or on the fucking field.
Wait. So in other words, does that say that your coaches always sucked and you had to take up that extra slack?
No. Because
Or was
I like to fucking motivate.
Or was it because you're really about motivation?
I am the motivator. I am the captaincy of my sports teams. Whoever was on my team is getting both.
Why the hell do I have this in my head now? He is the Pirate King. Hurrah, hurrah.
Because that's how I am. That's how I've always rolled. I've had... Even teachers fucking told me this. I have the most fucking leadership out of everybody in my school. For 4 years in high school, I was just that.
I did like 6 years of high school. I'm on my last year.
Yeah, for me it was, I never completed high school.
People said I was a control freak. I was not a control freak. I just know how to motivate people to fucking do championship, build a team, play fucking smart games. That's how I was.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, man.
Sadly, I didn't go fucking professional, which just fucking sucks. Because I would love to fucking make millions of dollars every fucking day.
Yeah, but then there would be no Dazzo Nation podcast. There would be no Dazzo Nation podcast if you went pro.
Right.
So the world would have lost that awesome stuff.
I'm just saying. When I play fucking sports, I don't kid around. I do what nobody fucking does. There's player and coach at the same fucking time.
Yeah. No, I got you.
You can say I'm like the fucking Sidney Crosby. I'm the Wayne Gretzky. I can fucking do both at the same time.
The Wayne Gretzky. Wow.
My knowledge
No, that's
fucking... Bro, if you fucking try to play against me back in high school, I will fucking outsmart you every second.
So let me ask you, did you spend more time in the penalty box or did you actually stay off the penalty box?
I was actually, believe it or not, I actually stayed out of the penalty box. People fucking tried.
That means you probably got away with a lot of shit then.
People tried to get me under the skin. People tried checking me. People tried hitting me.
Yeah.
Hard. Not kidding, hard. Because I was ferocious. I will steal the ball. I will steal the puck. I will do everything. And I would 60% draw all the fouls.
See, that breaks my brain that you never could go pro.
Because
Really
health issues.
Well, no, I understand that. It just sucks.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I had fucking great time playing technically amateur against school kids. And there were kids fucking taller than me, fucking stronger than me. I'm like,
Oh, that
yeah,
fucking matter.
let's try this.
That doesn't matter, dude. In my opinion,
Let's try this. I got skills.
yeah, skills actually make a difference. I mean, my cousins played hockey since Pee Wee League.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think they ever went beyond junior high or high school. I can't remember. But they were passionate about the game. You know,
Like even basketball,
I will say one thing: nothing pisses me off more than when you go to a kids hockey game and every fucking asshole in the audience is saying ice the puck, and I'm like, do you know that works against you? Do you know that icing the puck actually can fucking work against you? Dumbass. You only ice it if there's absolutely a clear reason to. Icing is so dumb.
It is.
You don't risk it because it puts it in your territory, and if your goalie sucks, they could get an instant shot on you. You know? Because I believe if you ice it, it does go in one of the circles, right? It goes on one of the red circles on the defensive side. So you have, I think that's, what is that, about 35, 40 feet away from the net? Okay, that's not hard to hit that net. It's not hard when you're a crack shot. So icing it, no. I always got angry at people that said ice the puck. I'm like, don't. Now maybe you would ice it if you're getting your ass kicked, and you just want to free up to kind of calm things down. But don't do it just because you think it's going to help, because it doesn't help.
Would you believe me?
Hmm?
Would you believe me if I ever told you that I was the defenseman?
I would figure you're more of a wingman, to be honest.
I was a defenseman.
Really?
Offensive defenseman was scoring power. That's what I fucking did for years.
So you could go as far as the second red line, correct?
Bro.
Or only half line.
Bro. When I was playing hockey, I was all over.
Okay.
I didn't keep up. Because normally in hockey, you would obviously be
which is not going to be for another 30.
Past certain lines. But me,
you can only go past without being offsides.
The coach gave me free reins because I was just that good.
So why weren't you like a wing?
Oh,
I didn't like playing the wing.
Really? I hated playing center. I actually, when I would play hockey, and I was more like floor hockey, but still fun. I love being a wing. I prefer being a wing versus a center because I didn't like the responsibility of being a center.
My coach started me at center. And I was like, okay, I'll I'll play fucking all 5 positions if you fucking want me to. I don't care. I'm a versatility player. I'm a fucking all-star.
You're a utility, as you are. You're a
I
utility.
will fucking play any position you want besides goalie, obviously. And I'll take this team to the fucking championship. I don't care.
When
I'll
you played
fucking do it.
basketball, what position did you typically play?
Point guard.
Oh, you're
Because
a
I
guard.
love to run plays.
Right.
I don't like to shoot threes. I'm more of like,
Are you more of a
Awesome
layup guy?
After I'm done,
I can't dunk, sadly. But I did do a lot of layups. I did a lot of sneaky passes.
Oh, you were that guy.
I was the creative guy. I will take the fucking charge to you, regardless of your size. And I will find a way to make it work.
Wow.
Creativeness. That's what I was.
I think if I had played against you in school, I would have raged too much.
People rage for a while.
I would have said, get this fucker out of here. He's too damn good.
You know how many fucking people... I had fucking classmates try to rage against me. I'm like, I'm just laughing. I was like, yeah. I'm sorry. I fucking embarrassed you.
Well, no, I think part of it is, sports is all about it's an honor system, like meaning that you don't want to be humiliated, and if you're getting your ass kicked by a really good player like yourself, it's like, yeah, you just don't want to deal with that.
Yeah.
I was really never good at sports, to be honest. I mean, I could do decent. I mean, I played baseball one year in high school, and this is actually just for phys ed, right? And I got a lucky pitch, and I because I'm a lefty, I always hit to left field.
Right.
And the basketball coach was playing that field because we were short a player, and he was about 6'3", and I got the ball over his head, just barely above his glove.
Nice.
He was pissed, but he was even more pissed when he fucking did a pop fly left field to my zone, and it was a very bright blue sky, and I didn't have sunglasses on because I wear glasses.
Right.
And I have a giant freaking it's literally called the Canyon. That's my glove. It's a Canyon. And I caught that fucker and defiantly looked at him. I said, "See, bitch, I know what I'm doing. Keep me out here in the field. Keep me out here in the field." I prefer the field in baseball, to be honest. I prefer left field.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, there's more action in left field. Now, the only thing is I always fuck up my cutoff man, but that's beside the point. I always overthrow it. That's the problem. I'm always trying to I throw it so hard because I never judge it right. So I'm like over the third baseman's line or the shortstop's head. So it either goes to the pitcher or to the catcher.
Hey man, you gotta work what you gotta work with.
Here's one thing though, really quick here. When I was a kid, I was playing baseball, and I was on first base. I was actually on first base as the first baseman. And when the pitcher threw the ball at me, and I barehanded it. Yeah. Oh my god, that hurt because he had a lightning hard throw. I did not catch my glove. Because I'm a lefty, so I had my right hand inside the glove, inside the catcher's, inside the mitt, not the other way around. Right. So I barehanded that, and my god, that hurt.
Oh yeah.
I thought I actually broke my hand.
Yeah.
I thought I broke my hand that day. I was like, and it stung for like 6-7 hours. I'm like, oh my god, that's like a pain I've never felt. And it was in the pad of the hand, like the palm. It was not the top. It was the palm.
Right.
And, oh my god, that hurt.
Yeah, I've had that. I felt that before.
Yeah.
My classmate, he was the pitcher, and boy, when he fucking threw it at me,
yeah, you feel like you're about to lose your head because you just see this thing coming right at your face. You're like, oh my god, what do I do? What do I do? I just like frozen like a deer in headlights.
I caught it barehanded one time because we were fucking practicing, and I was actually on the outfield. He fucking threw that shit like a lightning bolt. I'm like, Jesus, bro. I'm like, what the fuck you doing? He's like,
yep.
How you like them apples? I'm like, bruh, you almost fucking took out my hand. That was that fucking hard. That was a fastball.
And he's like, again, I ask you, how do you like them apples?
I'm like, I I can't feel my hand right now, thanks. That's all.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, but I mean, sports was just more of like an activity. I think my worst thing though as a kid was track and field. I hated that every year we had to do track and field. Now look, I hated it
too, but it was fun.
When I got older, I was a fast runner. I mean, I got really fast at running. But field, I was horrible. I was horrible at shot put. I was horrible at discus.
Mm-hmm.
Long jump, I was pretty decent at. But my favorite, honestly, what became my favorite event on track was relay race. So the baton.
Right.
I love the baton. I was good at the dash.
You were a skinny kid back then, weren't you?
I don't remember to be. I know I wasn't a smoker back then. I started smoking when I was 13. Or no, I was 13 when I started smoking.
Oh wow.
And, I was smoking from 13 to 23, and I quit cold turkey. Thank you very much.
Ah, interesting.
But I would say that, and I remember because I dropped out of high school. I did go back when I was 18.
Right.
So they were a little more generous that I smoked, because I actually got caught with cigarettes in my locker. But they're like, well, you're 18, so technically we can't do anything about that. But I remember my teacher found out that I was a smoker, and he's like, "You smoke? And you're still this fast?" Well, yeah, it's also because the other kids didn't want to put any effort into it.
Mm.
I could get like lengths away from these people and just be like almost just wanting to jog, or like a brisk walk. That's literally what it became. I was like, yep. But anyway, but those are back in the days when I was young and dumb.
I mean, when I was playing floor hockey,
I love
I was still a fucking god at hockey, and I was always the fucking defense. I'm like, yeah, just stick me on defense. I'll fucking kill two birds in one stone, no problem. My slap shot was fucking deadly.
Dude, that was the thing. That was one thing I was really good at with floor hockey. I was brutal with the slap shot.
You want to be a good goalie? You're not catching my shit.
No.
I will beat you faster than you can catch it.
Yep.
Any goalie. And I was beating grade 12 goalies. I was beating grade 9 goalies, grade 8 goalies.
Oh, we weren't allowed to play against the older kids. We would only be allowed to play with our classmates. So 9th grade, 10th grade, all that stuff. Did you ever do roller hockey?
Yes.
Okay, I couldn't do that because I can't rollerblade.
I did it for 2 years.
Okay. But you probably prefer the ice over roller any day of the week.
Oh, totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sadly, that's the reason why I couldn't do it, is because I have weak ankles, so I couldn't stay up on the skates properly.
Yeah. Unfortunately, nobody can stop me. Even floor hockey, which is sad. Because floor hockey is just fucking running, right?
It is, but I think it's a lot harder because remember that puck is literally a piece of plastic. It's a bright red object, and you're trying to get to said red object that does not slide beautifully across a floor in a gym. No,
yes, they do. Even with a fucking plastic ball.
No, we had the rubber ones. So we had the plastic ones that did slide, but we had the rubber ones a lot because we preferred those. They're a little bit thicker. They're a little bit harder.
Yes.
They didn't slide as well, so you could set up better shots. But I'll be honest, I didn't care because the lighter ones I think tend to get out of control. Like you could slap shot it and it would go like shooting out to the other side of the room. Because we only played half court. We only could play half court because we'd basically have two sides of our gym half courted. One half would be, we'd both be playing the same thing.
Right.
It's just that you didn't have a full court to run across. So we half courted it, and
Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm okay. I'm okay. I'm talking too much anyway.
We did the exact same, but for the championship round, we did full court. And mind you, I can be on the defensive, like 3/4 of the way. And I will still blast the ball and puck because we did both. Two different versions of floor hockey. You will not be able to stop me.
Now, the one thing about me was I was very greedy with the puck. In other words, because I did play center and I did play wing.
Right.
If I got the puck, I barely ever passed it. I'm like, nope, I'm just going in it and just taking the goal.
Same with me. I'm like, yeah, I'm on my side. You want to try and take the ball and the puck away from me?
Exactly.
I'll murder you. I will murder you. I will dig the fuck out of you. You want to try that against me? And people have tried. Some even tried fucking 5-on-1. I'm like, that's not a...
Yeah, that's the funny thing. They think that's actually going to work, and it doesn't.
I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna stick handle this through the maze and fucking score backhand, forehand, deep, 5-hole.
Yep.
Yeah.
And here's the thing, and
People
this
tried.
is just me. It was just me because I was just like this. But our hockey sticks were typically blue and red with the white handle.
Yeah.
I always had to be blue. Always. I didn't care if my team sucked. I had to be blue. If my team were awesome, I had to be blue. Because blue is my favorite color, and I'm like, nope, it's got to be blue. Why? I liked playing goalie because I hated the derpy shape of the goalie stick.
Ugh.
I hate that stick so much. I'm like, who thought that's a good stick?
They tried to stick me in goalie. One time it was the championship round. The goalie,
Right.
Our main goalie, one of them was actually the main goalie was running late because he was catching the bus.
Right.
The backup was technically injured.
Really?
So they tried to fucking stick me because I was defense.
Right.
Hey, you want to play goalie? For like maybe 5 minutes. I'm like, the hell? Why do you want to stick your best man playing goalie? I'm like, but if I can score a goal from my net to the net, would that count?
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm saying that as a joke, and
The thing that always
like-
got me though is when we'd have an argument about where if the puck actually crossed the threshold of the net. So there's always a line before the goalie net, right? Like before your action
Yes.
is. The thing was, it was literally half on, half. It was like half. It was so measured. We actually measured it up. It was literally, legitimately half on the line.
yeah.
We did not know how to count that. Because literally just was the tip in or was the tip out? God, that sounds so bad. Just the tip. Was it? We don't even know. But that actually was a play of contention. We kids argued. It damn near came to fist fights. Because it was actually the opposing team. It wasn't me. It was my team was the other team. And they were saying that's a goal. And I'm like, look at it. We had called the teacher over. The teacher's like, it was because literally it was half yes, no, yes, no. How do you even call that?
Right.
So what we had to do, we had to redo the play. We had to start it from center and then start again. And boy, did that piss off the other players. Even though they're my classmates, because it was his classmates against classmates. It was not like school versus school. It was
Right.
classmate versus classmate. They got pissed because they genuinely felt that was the goal. So luckily I was not the goalie. But it made me mad too because I'm thinking, where the hell was my goalie at the time? Where the hell were you to defend that spot?
Right.
So, because it was literally, if it had gone in, it would have been right between the goalie's legs. It wasn't apex off the corners like a lot of people do, like the shot off the pole.
Mhm.
No, this would have been right between the goalie's legs.
Sorry about that. My mouse.
Anyway.
Yeah. Luckily, when I was playing goalie for that one game, nobody scored on me. Luckily.
Okay.
I didn't get
You
a
got-
chance to score goalie to goalie, unfortunately, but I got close.
Yeah. I
got close.
I'll be honest, I don't mind playing goalie per se. I mean, I hate the stick. It's not hard. It's just I prefer the puck at the other end of the rink or on the end of the room. I don't want it anywhere near me.
You know what? You want to know what stick are you? The coach. No, the coach told me to use the goalie stick. The goalie stick. I'm like, no. I'm gonna use my fucking hockey stick.
Wait, for regular hockey or for the actual
Floor hockey.
goal?
Floor hockey.
No. I mean, like, were you actually like your defense, or were you actually in the goalie net?
I was the goalie because my guy was running late, and we had no other goalies.
You were told, so you wanted to use a proper stick versus the goalie stick.
My coach said,
"No,
Ray,
don't
use the goalie stick because that's how it's technically the thing is." I'm like, no, because you told me to fucking play goalie on an emergency basis. I'm not gonna use no fucking plastic as a goalie stick.
I mean, I get it because it's a thicker stick, but you hold it differently than you hold a normal stick.
I'm like, no, because I didn't even bother playing with the fucking the hockey equipment. I just had the fucking pads on and the goalie mask.
Yeah, we never did that.
I didn't bother with the gloves. The hockey gloves? The goalie gloves? Nope. I'll fucking play with one hand with my actual hockey gloves.
Right.
And the one is the free hand. I will catch barehanded. And I was fucking good at that shit.
Did you? Okay, so wait. When you were playing full hockey, you guys actually did basically pads, right?
Pads for the goalies.
Yeah.
And technically, we still had shin pads because, trust me, you don't want to get whacked.
Oh, no, that shit hurts. That's a nasty welt.
You want to get whacked full force on your knees? Hello? Your shin might break if you get lucky.
Well, I will tell you this, Daz. Okay. Back in my day, we didn't use pads.
Yeah.
I'm not kidding you. We did not use pads for floor hockey. We were literally,
and
we were in our gym clothes, sneakers. That's it. That was how we played, and the bruises
was real.
The bruises were just part of coming of age, man. That was a badge of honor to get bruised up.
We didn't start using it until middle school.
And
because everyone was complaining that there was too many bruises, and which is true. And my gym teacher's like, you know what? He went to the fucking I can't remember which store you fucking went to. I think it was Canadian Tire or whatever, or Walmart. He bought like 100 knee pads.
I think part of why
and shin pads and whatnot. And he's like, right? That's floor hockey season thing.
Yeah. I think
be surprised. We got shin pads and everything. I'm like,
I personally could not.
I didn't reset it, but it's still buffering. But it's good.
Your stream bit might be too high on your end, Mr. Ethan Boudreau.
Hello.
And you can't technically reset that unless you end your stream.
Yep, because it'll be grayed out for at the moment.
I'm not gonna end it yet.
No. I would say that
was fun though, nonetheless.
Yeah.
I know we're getting way off topic because this is the Bowlcast.
No, the Bowlcast has been finished. The Bowlcast is finished. We made our predictions, and we're gonna fuck them up because that's just what we do. We are not pros. We are just commentating on something that we know only a little bit about. Do we think these teams will win? Do we think we'll go home to mama?
Who knows?
Exactly. It'll go sideways like it always does because that's what the Super Bowl does. And that's what the championship game does. And that's what the playoffs did. All goes sideways. Doesn't matter. So, anyway, I will say this. I would much rather be a musician than playing sports.
Really?
I'm better at music than I am at sports.
Honestly, if I didn't have conditions, I would have loved to gone pro. I would love to come pro. And see how far I would actually make it. Whether it be OHL, AHL, NHL, Europe.
Yeah. By the way, hi,
knows?
Bella.
Miss Bella.
Miss
I
Bella,
see you.
she in the house.
I see you.
Yes, we see. So I think she wants Mikey to reveal himself so she can get her money.
If I end the stream, I'm not gonna start a new one because it's late
Yeah,
and
we'll
it's
probably be wrapping up
10:49.
pretty quickly, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, we're just about to wrap it up here.
Yeah. So if you can hang out a little bit more, Ethan. We'll,
Well,
Yeah,
it's almost 11 o'clock over in the Atlantic time.
I know, right? Ethan, do you feel up to your final close for the night, or are you kind of too tired for that?
I could do the final goals. Why not?
Hey, Ethan.
Yep.
You got
So
any? Do you got a song for us?
Like,
Do you got a
you
song
know
for
what? I'm gonna.
us?
How much you want to bet it'll be the one and only. We know it.
What do you think it's gonna be?
Oh, it'll be his number one hit. It'll be his number one hit.
I think it'll be Wagon Wheel
Uh-huh.
because he enjoys it so much.
He does. It puts a smile on his face every time he sings
You
it.
got that right.
And there's a lot of amazing ladies out there that enjoys watching you sing Wagon Wheel.
Alright, so let me get it up here and then I'll...
You did that, Mikey. Not Mikey, I'm sorry. You did that, Dazzo.
Maybe including his amazing.
It's like, damn it, you did not just say that. Sorry, Mikey. I did not mean that. I meant to say Dazzo. That was a Freudian slip.
I'm pretty sure Ethan's girlfriend heard him sing Wagon Wheel. Right, Ethan?
Yep. Plenty of times.
Damn.
Actually, my friend that's making the double surprise for me, that's her favorite song, Wagon Wheel.
Well, damn.
Did I tell you I have four
I
surprises
thought you
coming?
liked Kelly. I thought you liked Kelly Clarkson too.
Yeah, you know what?
He doesn't know what
I'm gonna do it. I dare you.
Mikey! Bella's calling you.
Hang on.
He's like, what up?
He's too busy playing Nintendo Switch right now.
Uh-huh.
Trying to catch them all. You know I'm right.
Alright, I got one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the rock star, Ethan Boudreau. You may take it away, my friend.
Let me on a world back straight so far from the garden. And just like your own, every heart you know seems cold and hurted. You may not have the stage, but you still have a voice. You may not have the strength if you have a choice. I dare you to love. I dare you to love. Even if you heard it, you can always see the worst. Even if you think it's not enough, I dare you to love. Yeah, full of hope, trying to stay afloat, trying to save one another. people that you drown because they don't know how to stay above the water. When they're
Oh,
too
but you didn't.
broken to know what they put you through. To the only thing that you want done to you. I dare you to love. I dare you to love. Even if you could, you can only see the worst. Even if you think it's not enough. Oh, I dare you to love.
You're hitting them high pitches. Damn.
You may not have the stage, but you still have a voice. You may not have the strength if you have a choice. I dare you to love. I dare you to love. Even if you can only see the worst. Even if you think it's not enough.
Go, Ethan. This way.
I dare you to love.
Miss
I
Heidi's
dare
in the
you
house.
to love.
Miss Heidi, welcome to the stream. I see you over there.
There you go, from your one and only performances by Ethan Boudreau.
Good job, buddy.
Thank you. Thank you.
Mr. Ethan Boudreau, Miss Heidi's in the house.
Hello, hello.
I know I see her. She was in my chat a while ago too yet.
Angel's in the house as well. I see you there, Angel.
Yeah. How was your
Hey,
stream,
Angel.
buddy? I saw that you were streaming earlier.
Hello, everybody from Ethan's live stream. Welcome to the Dazzo Nation Podcast.
So, little quick topic
Uh,
change. You're not going to believe what I'm seeing right now.
What are you seeing, Mr. Skittlekicks?
Jeff Favignano is actually back to playing LSPDFR.
I don't think he ever quit.
Yes, he did. He was done with it because it was so damn derpy. It would crash on him so much. And it's been almost 2 years since he actually did this. So it's impressive.
Interesting.
It says back on patrol.
Who's in the Discord with us right now? I don't
Bella.
Hey,
and Mikey and myself and you and Daz.
Hey Bella, if you haven't, please go to my YouTube channel and subscribe. I'm looking for subs like crazy. Ah!
We are all we already subscribed to you.
Yeah, I think we're all subscribed already.
Perfect. I really want to get 2,000 so bad.
You are not wrong, buddy. We're all grinding
I need another raid.
Yeah. I'm still very dubious about myself ever growing my channel because honestly, I suck at it.
I need another raid. I need another chat raid.
Unfortunately.
Raids are one of those things where I would rather be able to surprise myself.
Yeah.
I think raids are more fun when they're a surprise because then they're unexpected. Then you can take the time and say, "Oh my god, that's great, man, awesome." I love. There's people out there that sit there and like, "We don't do that here. We don't raid people's channels." Meh.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward in the next 2 weeks because I'm going to be revealing my first of 4 surprises from my friends.
Nice.
The first of 4. I was telling Dazzo the other day, the first of 4.
Yep.
So,
Hopefully everybody
oh,
is enjoying tonight's Bowlcast, our first ever
and
Superbowl prediction show here on
Now-
the Dazzo Nation Podcast.
Now, the thing is, we never did ask Mikey who he thinks, but I don't know if he's a football fan or not.
I don't know. I don't think
Yeah.
Mikey is.
Yeah. But that's okay.
can I do closing? Can I do the closing message for tonight also?
Give us 1 second, Mr. Ethan.
Okay.
But before we end up closing for the rest of the evening, guys, I do want to say special shout-outs goes to fourseasonshosting.com for sponsoring this podcast. If you guys want a game server, VPS, or web hosting services, go check out fourseasonshosting.com. They got amazing stuff, amazing prices, and the best customer service out there. Better than most of your bigger companies, like Zap Hosting.
He says to go do that.
So go check out fourseasonshosting.com and use my code word Radazzo for a extra discount on your services.
That's fourseasonshosting.com.
Yes, you got that right. Four Seasons Hosting.
Mikey's ready to shit me. I just broke Mikey again.
For those that are wondering, yes, the Dazzo Nation website, it's coming along. Don't get me wrong, and that's going to be coming out very soon, along with every single episode of Dazzo Nation Podcast will be up on the website, along with the new announcement that I did release the other day. The Streets of San Andreas is coming. 5M roleplay.
Oh,
Yeah, if we have
18 plus. Oh,
okay, I want to say something about that title. I want to get some 70s music to tie into that because it reminds me of the Streets of San Francisco. We gotta have now when you the Streets of San Andreas needs its own like 70s cheeseball theme, man. It really does. Just to make it really fun.
San Francisco?
Hey man, that was a good show back.
Ew. I'm just kidding.
No, you're not wrong.
I mean,
You know.
we could do a literal throwback to the 1970s streets
Oh god. Can you imagine could
of
you imagine
San Andreas.
my character would have such a fro? I'm not kidding.
Everybody would be in afros and whatnot.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Had the freaking leisure suits. Living like Larry.
I think the people would be cringing for that shit if that was to ever happen. A throwback 70s.
Throwback. Or we can throw back the 80s.
We'll see.
Yeah.
But like I said, guys, the Streets of San Andreas 18 plus will be coming very, very soon.
Sweet.
So, if you
I
are
can't wait to see videos of it.
if you are interested in joining the Streets of San Andreas, you better listen close. Cause stay tuned for those special announcements. Invites will be handed out. Training will be provided, even though you know it or not. So, yeah. Stay tuned for those announcements.
Sweet.
Miss Holly, welcome to the stream. How you doing?
Hello, hello.
Hopefully you guys
We're just about to end it.
do enjoy this amazing live stream. It was fun.
I'll be honest, man. I never thought I'd be that interested in doing a football analysis type of thing, but I was like, okay, it's kind of cool. So we will have to do a post-mortem of the Super Bowl and the championship and the playoffs and see if we were right or wrong about who we picked.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna at least do a update following next Monday's football
Games.
night. So yeah.
Yeah, because I believe Sunday, I think there's going to be a game at least 4 days next week, right? Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Let me double check. I think it's only
Or is it once a week? I forget how they do it.
no. So everything is taking on Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. So
Okay.
we got 2 games for Saturday, 3 for Sunday,
Yes.
and the Dallas Cowboys versus Tampa Bay Buccaneers next
Right.
Monday.
And I believe the Vikings are on the Sunday one. They always are.
Yes, they are on
Yeah.
Sundays.
They're always Sunday. So
So
And they
amazing
won't-
football games coming up
Yep.
this weekend.
And if you're just tuning in and you missed our picks and our conversations about that, just watch the VOD, go back, and we started to talk about it about 10 minutes into it, 10, 15 minutes into it.
Yeah.
Kind of broke it down into what we think will happen. Again, we're not professionals. We don't study the stats all year long. We don't study players. We don't sell trade, blah, 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 blah. We don't do that stuff. We're just literally throwing stuff at the wall to see what sticks.
And because we are fans of
And
football,
again, I'm not a
And
football
Dazzle will
fan
get his
either.
way. Yeah, what's that, Ethan?
I said, and again, everybody, I am not a football fan either. So
No, you're all
Yeah.
hockey. But I was going to say, because, Dazzle was going to say Bills, 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 Bills all the way.
you gotta
Because-
drop the bells.
Because Bills, 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 Buffalo Bills.
No, because you're gonna drop the dollar bills.
Because the Bills. And we just said Bills, and then Bella leaves. Funny. All right.
Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for tonight's podcast. Ethan, please do the honors.
well, everybody, from the Dazzo Nation Podcast team, thank you for joining us on this very fun episode. Again, episode 10 of the Dazzo Nation Podcast. It was fun. On behalf of me and all of the Dazzo Nation Podcast team members, myself, Dazzo, Mikey, and Skittles, we would like to wish you all a very good night, and we'll see you on the next live stream. And speaking of live stream, I will be live tomorrow again for Live Hangout 93 on my channel. Again, have a good night, and we will see you next Tuesday. Same time, same place, right here on the Dazzo Nation Podcast. Have a good night, everybody.
There you go. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it. Have yourself a fantastic rest of the week. Myself, Skittles, Ethan, Mikey, Bella, head moderator.
Mm-hmm.
We love you all. Peace out. Have an amazing one. Keep striving no matter
night,
what you
ev-
guys do in life. Stay out of trouble. Or else I'll send McJevis after you.
Dun, dun, dun.
Love you all. And I'll likely be back streaming for you guys tomorrow evening with Mr. Skittles. And yeah.
What are we doing? What are we doing? Just kidding.
I don't know. I don't know
Yeah.
what we're gonna do tomorrow. Maybe we'll
You
do
never
some
know.
played up. Maybe we'll do some more payday. I don't know. We'll see.
I've actually gotten really deep. Well, I'm still derpy, but I'm actually getting better at payday. So played up though. I need some more practice in played up.
I think we might do some played up.
Yeah, we got to. Uno videos on my channel are starting to go up. The long ones are starting to go up too. They're over an hour long because my God, we just could not get that game to stop. And
that Uno
yeah.
game was fucking ridiculous.
oh my God, when we did not play with rules, it was still long, and when we played with rules, it was long. We
14
couldn't win.
likes, thank you. Have a good night, everybody.
So anyway,
on the Performances by Ethan Woodrow live stream. We'll be back next week.
well, thank you, Ray,
for another
once again
episode.
producing a great show. Thank you, Ethan, for your amazing talents. Mikey has been in the dark, but that's okay. He's busy with his game or whatever he's doing and work. And Bella for stopping in. Everybody in the chat, you guys are awesome. And we will see you next time. Take care.
Bye, everybody.
Bye bye, everybody.